I don't know why when I say Friday, I turn it to Oprah. It's Friday.
I got to tell you, did this week go super fast?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. This year's going pretty good.
I said it last night. I go, tomorrow's Friday? Woo, it's crazy.
It's Friday,
It's
March
crazy.
1st, 2024 today.
Yeah.
I thought Carmen was going to be here.
Oh, yeah. it's
Why?
I thought that was the year
The
like,
last
oh,
Friday.
It's really the first Friday, but it is the last
It's-
Friday.
yeah.
But yeah.
Right
But
away, I
last
was ready to yell
Friday-
at Spanish. I go, yeah, Spanish. Where is she?
And last Friday we were at
Yeah.
Stingray, so
Oh,
that
Yeah.
I thought you were going to try and come more often.
way to
Good.
try and start some crap, Gio.
Yeah, first thing.
Like
You
you're
look
such
like
a drag,
trash.
man. Like,
You're a
ugh.
lump.
I'm so happy I don't have to see your face.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
my
I'm
God.
And I got to sit next to this lump.
I know.
I
Oh.
Have a good Friday, everybody.
I thought you
the
said that
Caribbean.
you were going to be coming here on Fridays all the time. I
Oh
thought
no,
that's
I was
started
just
now.
I was just saying that.
All right, good.
You know what else I have to take umbrage with? Carmen said that Gio is my favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You think
100%.
Gio is my
You never
favorite?
yell at him. You never do anything. It's
Besides
always-
like Pat, but Pap's your fake favorite.
Yeah.
What?
Because
No.
you don't want him to get fired, but Gio's your
No.
actual favorite.
Pap's easily my favorite.
Thank you, Michael.
No problem.
Maybe I don't give Mike reason to reprimand.
Oh
or
yeah,
yell
like
at
you've
me.
never booked a guest that didn't show up or show up late with coffee.
But
Right,
he-
never.
First of all,
Look at this guy.
I know.
Right.
Everybody's ready to
Somebody's
go
in the
this
mood.
morning.
You started it.
I don't
Started
blame.
letting say a word
Yeah,
about
you
it,
did.
dude.
Yeah.
If you book a guest on the show and they don't show up, that's their problem.
Well,
not
you've yelled
our
at me
problem.
for that before.
No, I have never yelled.
Mm.
What do you mean the guest didn't show up? I've never yelled at you.
All right.
It's not your fault if they don't show up. Look how jittery you get.
Jittery.
You've not, dude. You've been
I'll
going
mark
like
this for you, Spanish.
Hey, listen.
Name one time a guest didn't show up that was not your fault, like when T.J. Miller. Like, name somebody that I yelled at you
I don't
for.
know. There have been phoners and stuff before, and it fell through, and then it's always, something I did.
Please give me one example.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Then it didn't happen.
Okay. I mean, I don't. I know you do express your feelings towards me much differently than you
Well,
express
hold
them
on a second, hold on a second.
to
First of all,
anybody else.
If a caller doesn't call the show,
Mhm.
like if we have a scheduled guest, I'm going to be annoyed.
Right.
And I'm going to be annoyed at the situation, not at you.
hmm
And then if you book somebody and they don't call, they don't wake up, that's not your fault. You can't go to their house and wake them up.
Well, then maybe I'm misunderstanding your upsetness with the situation.
Well, it
and
seems
taking
like it's more of a
personally.
you problem.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't.
Gio seems to take great pain in the fact that he failed if a guest doesn't call, and I have to remind him, much like I'm telling you, it's not your fault if a
Mhm.
guest doesn't call the show.
That
That's
fake
it.
pain. That fake pain.
Well, whatever. At least fake it to make me look like you're interested in whether or not it happened.
All right.
That's all. Now, back to why you think Gio is my favorite. And Carmen, you said it, so tell me why.
Like Spanish said, like you don't get on him the way you get on everybody else, like Spanish and Joe. And
I have to say though, Gio doesn't do the same things that Spanish and Joe do. He doesn't consistently
he's not
lag.
consistently late because of having to get your coffee, but that's excused.
I'm not consistently late ever.
I gotta tell you, I can't tell you the last time Gio came in here in what we consider late, which is after the theme show, the theme started, the opening theme.
Right, but that was also one of the things that was brought up on what did we do? Under oath, that it's like that the rules are bent or they're just
The
not.
rules are, and I will tell you, and this should not be the rule. This is really on me,
I
but
feel attacked, by the way.
the rule is I don't care what time you get here, as long as you get here before the show starts and all of your work is done. That's it. Gio has his work done.
Right. But I mean, if he shows up at 6:01 with your coffee because of the Starbucks line,
Yeah, that's not his fault.
I mean, he could get there earlier.
You don't know what time he got there.
I mean, I'm just saying, for late when I had to go get your coffee, and
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
made very clear that it was not acceptable to be late.
I could go. The amount of times you've been late, Carmen, is countless.
Really?
Yes.
It's the
No.
it's the bridge. Gio.
How many times
It's-
has Monica or somebody had to run in and save you because there's nobody in the studio running things?
It's only happened twice, and it was
Plus,
beca-
if you
and
wanna-
it was
if
because of traffic,
if-
not because of me.
Well, if you
You
left
didn't-
earlier, you wouldn't hit traffic.
you're saying you've never overslept and missed the
that
show?
happened one time.
Okay, so now we got 3 times we're talking about.
Whoa.
I've never overslept and been called why I'm sleeping to miss the show. That's never happened ever.
Never.
I've
Yeah.
never been called awoken while I'm sleeping when the show's already started. Ever.
Okay.
Forever, ever?
Ever.
I would say also, and I was just talking about not whose performance, but you said Gio was my favorite. I don't think that I've ever one time gone out with Gio outside of the show.
Yes,
That's
you
not
have.
true.
You guys just bragged about how you guys had dinner and
Yeah,
you
one time.
left
I
failed
said.
and
that.
you
Oh.
left off and you left out Spanish and Pep Pep.
No, we didn't
hurtful.
leave them out.
And then you also went to Germany together, just you two.
Yeah, because
And-
he was the only Bucks fan on the show.
Okay, but you can't
If
say
we were
you
going
never.
to see Justin Bieber, I would have gone with you.
But you can't say you haven't when you do. When you have.
No, but first of all, Germany's a work thing, and second of all, I said one time. The one time we went to dinner, that was 4 years ago.
That was a
It-
great dinner.
Germany felt more like a date that you guys went on. It was very
date?
hurtful.
I gotta
It was
tell you,
very-
you guys all sound so thirsty. Oh, Mike, like me.
Right?
Talk
No,
to me
I
Hey,
don't
about
ask
get
me a
that.
question. I'm just answering it.
I'm just letting you know.
I don't
Thirsty.
really care.
Galvin is a diehard Steelers fan. These two don't know a damn thing about football.
What?
And
I love sports.
Shut up. And Gio is the only other Bucks fan on the team. And I was like, and I kept saying we're going to Germany, and everybody was like, oh, you're not going to Germany, you're not going to Germany. I'm like,
I said
okay.
I would love to go.
Yeah. And I said, okay, well, we're going to Germany. And I love that you're talking about a dinner date that happened 4 years ago, and it wasn't
Because
just
you
me
guys
and
just
Gio.
brought it up.
I asked
Like you
I
asked me a question and I answered it, and now you're mad that I answered it.
No. I said,
Yeah.
now that makes me mad.
Yeah.
I said, besides the one time I went out with Gio, I never hang out with Gio except for the one time I went to, and you jumped me and you're like, you went to dinner with him. And I was like, I was just saying, except that one time 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And we live closest to each other.
It doesn't
And
feel
it
like 4 years ago. It
it
feels
wasn't
like
just-
yesterday.
It was you, me, Olivero, and Hoppy.
Right.
It wasn't like it was like
All right.
just you and I hanging out on a Friday night.
Right.
I'm just glad you guys don't have matching tattoos because that would really, really hurt my feelings.
Well, you're good. You don't know about our big back tattoos?
What?
We got it in Germany.
Are you guys going to show it on the cruise?
I just love everybody constantly accusing me of being late all the time.
I didn't accuse you of being late.
They both got giant back tattoos over in Germany. It's like kind of like 4 lines that.
No.
Well,
No.
I don't know if it's 4, but
No.
He was always late.
Looks like a weird plus sign.
Mhm.
No. Gio is always late, you say?
I threw that in there while you were
Oh.
talking.
That's crazy.
No, I know.
I mean, ask Galvin. He's here. Is Gio always late?
what do you consider late? He's
After the show starts.
not always, but he has been here after. But I would say the majority of the time he's here before the show starts. But you also said his top priority is getting you coffee,
That's right.
and if he comes in at 6:02,
I'll send him home.
6:04,
I'll send him home if he shows up with no coffee.
That's true.
Well, there you go.
He has said that before.
He's told me in text, no, get the coffee or don't come.
Right. Gio, so responsible. He's taking a picture of the line at Starbucks, and I go, you stay there and do your job.
Yeah.
Are you checking the metadata of that photo?
No, I'm not. He may have some stock traffic photos. I think that's genius.
I'm just saying, I've never been called while asleep. What? My 9 alarms didn't go off.
Are
It's
you trying to
6:40.
say you never lost your shoes one time?
No, I've never done
All
that
right,
either.
Well,
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What happened to your shoes?
I don't know.
I mean, we keep saying you lost your shoes, but we don't really know where your
I
shoes
don't.
were.
I assume they're in that person's backyard.
If you ever want to know about mental health, look at all the people that rush to help you. It was all people who've been through it
Yeah,
before. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like all people are
It was
like,
nice.
oh God.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
You say
Even
nice.
Gio was super helpful that day.
Gio was?
Yeah,
You
he had-
should have heard what he was saying about
He
you.
talked me off the ledge, and well, there's another time I
regret everything.
can't talk about, but he's helped me numerous times.
Whoa, what do you mean there's another time we can't talk about?
Well, just I could tell you off the air, but
What?
Can you just give me like an idea of what?
Joe, can you not put the camera on me for a second? Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, that was
The
yeah.
camera was totally on you.
I hope it wasn't, because I'll get in trouble. Yeah, I'll
You
get
look like
written
a
up.
kid. You look like a kid going, please, Paul.
Did-
Please,
yeah.
may I have some more porridge?
Please.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Sorry, Gio.
This all started because I thought we were having the house party today. That's what.
Well, I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, I wonder why Carmen, because some of it's for comedy, but most of it's rooted in truth. Why would Carmen say that Gio is my favorite on the show? Well, I'll come right out and tell you, Joe's my favorite.
Yeah.
Michael. We know.
Clearly.
Both
Right.
of you, both of them are your favorites.
The stuff this guy gets away with and he's still here? I mean, come on.
Unbelievable.
Wait a minute. I'm not getting away with anything.
Listen, he just makes me laugh. That's all I care about.
All right.
That's it.
We can make you laugh.
That doesn't bother me. I'm just saying the
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I'm with you. I'm not trying to deny it. I'm telling you.
You're just a mean person, Gio.
Just
Just
saying.
rude.
You see what you do?
Yeah.
You see what you do?
The narrative of me being the favorite one, I don't think is true.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I screw up a lot. That would warrant being reprimanded on a regular basis.
You feel like Carmen screws up a lot, though. I can tell by the way what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying. We're throwing stones in a glass house. Let's bring out receipts.
Hmm.
Oh,
Carm-
because I was late. I overslept one time.
Oh, one time.
Yeah,
All right.
good one.
All right.
Don't do it, Gio. Don't do it.
I could go
Carmen, just we gotta just.
through. Yeah.
It's all or nothing.
This is really a weird. I didn't expect this to happen either.
No.
No.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe I did.
I was like, it's Friday. The week went
Yeah.
fast.
That's what I
It's good
thought.
time.
Yeah. I was just thinking. That was a weird comment to make. I didn't say, you're not entitled to it. I just thought it was odd. I don't think I do anything. I don't think I do anything with Gio that you're like, man, he really likes that Gio guy.
A lot of insecurities around here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just Joe that you love.
These guys hang out with you more. How many times have you been to Hooters with Spanish and Joe? Al?
Yes.
But he
Dozens?
doesn't. He won't even talk. He only talks to Joe the entire time.
Still, but I don't go to those
Right.
lunches.
Right. I
I
don't.
prefer
I
it that way.
Gio, I don't think that I've ever. I think one time I was going to walk-ons and you said you hung out there and I hit you up and you were like, "No, I'm at soccer."
Yeah.
And that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever called you and said, "Hey, Gio, want to go grab a beer?" Or,
I did come over and watch football one time with you and Joey.
What?
yeah, but
Yeah.
that was I think when you first started
That
working
was
here.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a good
Tom,
day.
in the Tom Brady days, everybody was welcome to come watch Tom Brady play football.
You made pigs in a blanket. Those were
I know.
delicious.
What?
They were very good.
Oh.
What'd you guys get under a blanket?
Burn! Oh my god!
Oh, you see, and that's why you're not my favorite.
They were delicious. We should do that again.
I feel very jittery.
You think you can get your son to hang out with you and watch football on a Sunday?
No.
I'll hang out
I
with you
get a
guys.
quarter. I get a quarter out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son came in last night. He had two friends over. His friend Jay and the other kid's name I can't pronounce. And they came in and Joey goes, all right, it was 7:30 and he goes, we're going to go over to wherever and play basketball. And I looked at him and I go, Joey, does basketball mean drugs somewhere? And then he goes, yeah, we're going to go do heroin on it. I go, okay, cool. At least you're honest.
At least he tells you up front.
Yeah,
Do you
no.
get bothered if he doesn't tell you where he's going?
No, normally he pretty much says I'm going.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to go here. I'm leaving. I'm going wherever. And so I don't even really ask.
I got mad at my son the other day because he was going somewhere else after school. He just didn't tell me. I was like, dude, I don't care if you go. Just give me a heads up so I know where you're at.
Yeah, or that you're leaving.
Yeah.
You wonder what
he's-
happened to
You
you.
know, he's like, I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah.
Does he really say that?
He's like, I don't know
Yeah.
what the big deal. I'm like, I'm not mad. I go, you can go. I'm not saying don't go. I'm just like, hey, shoot me a text. I'm gonna go here after school instead, so I just know where you're going.
I learned that from my mother. My mother never said I couldn't go anywhere, but she's like, just tell me where you are in case you don't come back. I can tell the
Yeah.
police where you were supposed to be.
If I think you're in one place and you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, no. The thing now that I could do that I couldn't do before is I can go to sleep while he's not home. I couldn't do that before.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I don't care what happens to you.
Yeah.
Well,
You're almost 18.
He's going to move out, right?
Well, stop you.
I
So
can't
sorry.
believe he's gonna be 18.
Dude, I just got a big thing about graduation yesterday.
Really?
In an email, like caps and gowns and all kinds of stuff.
Is it still super expensive?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's blowing my mind that I'm here at that point.
Yeah, I know. That's so weird. That's so weird. And then meanwhile, the other one doesn't like me already now. And I was like, Joey didn't like me. He liked me all the way up till high school. You can't quit in 6th grade. You're supposed to be my friend for a little while longer. Yeah, I went to. Oh God, this is so embarrassing. I went to the Hard Rock Cafe yesterday for lunch, and there was a table next to me that had like a younger couple, like maybe in their 30s or 40s, and it looked like maybe one of their parents or whatever, and a beautiful little baby. And I'm very distracted by babies, and I kept looking over at the baby, and I was like, "It's a beautiful baby." I kept looking over at the baby. Then I looked over, and right as I went over, the mother was putting it up to her teat, and I went,
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
Did you
She had
say,
the cover.
This is in my algorithm.
No.
I was watching this yesterday. Is that a real baby?
Yeah.
Aren't you the Instagram guy?
Yeah. Let me film this for the. I'll get uploaded on there.
A lot of
Oh my
views.
God.
I didn't see any of the breast or anything. She had it covered, but I went, oh, and then as time went on, we're eating and talking, and you do the kind of look around, like, oh, I keep looking over there. I keep looking over there.
Accident.
Yeah, but I mean, there was nothing to see. She looked like she was wearing a shoulder sling, so it was like it wasn't like I was getting a glimpse of something.
Yeah.
It just, but I kept forgetting and looking, and it was weird.
Did you hold your coffee up to it? Can I get a little?
Give me a little. I did go to I sat underneath a guitar that was smashed and kind of put together, and it said Bob Dylan on it. I was like, oh, that's weird. You don't picture Bob Dylan to be a smashing the guitar guy. And it said this guitar was played by Keith Richards on stage when Bob Dylan performed with Keith Richards and Ron Wood at some sort of festival. And I'm like, well, then why put Bob Dylan on there? If it's Keith Richards' smashed guitar, that makes more sense, and it's actually way cooler if it's Keith Richards' guitar. I don't know. I thought that was weird. I went to the Hard Rock. I did not gamble. It was my father-in-law's birthday. And
How is that possible?
Yeah.
Because time. My father-in-law loves to play slot machines, so we took him to the casino and let him play slot machines, and we kind of hung around. I hung around him while he was playing, and then we went to go eat lunch, and then afterwards we all kind of had to go. So
but even while he's playing slot machine, sit down on a slot machine. Let's go.
I don't like slot machines.
Do a
So
little
I just don't. I'd rather watch him play than.
It's funny.
play.
I used to play slot machines a lot more. I can't tell you the last time I played a slot machine.
The conversation I had yesterday was I have a hard time. Like, you play, you pull it down, you get 3 cherries, you win. This one here, I got Chinese fireworks, and I don't know how to win. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm looking for. Just all of a sudden, you get numbers, you don't get numbers. I don't
Just
know.
hit the button.
Yeah, that's the thing I always tell people. The more ways there are to win, more ways there are to lose.
Right.
I like just straight 3 across, make it easy. You don't have to go, okay, well, I got a panda and a monkey,
Right.
and this one's on fire. Did I win a jackpot?
Can you win the
Progressive?
if you only play the 3 lines? I thought you had to play the biggest bet.
Max.
No, well, you can do the max bet. It doesn't matter the lines. It's the actual bet. So you could still be the single line, whatever, but you're betting $3 a pull or whatever the machine might be for the max thing. Yeah, that's what it is.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's not the max lines. Well, some may be max lines, though.
I don't think so. I
I'm
think
lying
you're
to
right
you.
because it always says max bet. It never
Yeah,
says.
you make the max bet, the progressive bet, whatever, and that's when you could win the big jackpot.
Speaking of bet, this guy,
Yeah.
money line on the Lightning last night.
Yeah.
Hell
You
yeah.
blew it for us. I went there for nothing.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of kids, I was at the Lightning game, and there was a couple that had I couldn't even count. I think 5 or 6 kids, all under the age of 4.
Were they breastfeeding?
It was unbelievable. The lady had a kid strapped to her, and then she was holding a kid on another kid's lap, and all of them are crying and watching the Lightning game. And then I go out and I come back in, and they're wrestling in the doorway. And I look at the guy and I go, good spot for them to wrestle.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to kick one of the kids on the ice. Like, why are you
Wow.
even going?
Yeah.
Like, if you have that many kids, stay home.
On a school night, too.
Yeah, don't ever bring your kids to a fun hockey game. Stay home.
But it's like, they don't know. You could have had them in a parking lot of a Walmart. You could have had them on the roof of a hotel. You could have had them anywhere, and they would have been doing the same thing. They didn't care about hockey.
Usually, when the puck's in play, they won't let you mess around in the aisles.
No. Yo, the one kid, while it's going on, I'm sitting up here, and there is a glass, and the kid is pushing the glass with his feet on the stairs like Superman, trying to push through. And I go, if this kid goes through, I'm just going to laugh in his dad's face. Like, I don't know what's going on. I go, nobody's doing anything. I got this in my wife. I go, and then she's watching. I go, he just ate popcorn off the floor. Nobody's caring what this kid's doing. It was wild.
That's funny. Yeah, I didn't.
my
I can't. It's hard to go during the week, but I think I'm going to go on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to, which
They got
probably means I'm not going to go.
5 games now, homestand.
I will tell you, they looked very lackluster last night. They just looked sloppy. They didn't look sharp. They didn't look like they were a cohesive group. It was just kind of weird, man. And
I wonder what that's from.
If Kucherov doesn't score, we don't win.
Yeah.
Kucherov was on fire, and then these last, I don't know, probably a handful of games, 6 games, whatever, he's just been kind of lackluster, and the team just looks that way too. So I don't know what's
I
going
wonder
on.
what does that.
Mm.
You saying John Cooper? You saying John Cooper's a problem?
I didn't say John
I feel
Cooper.
like that's what you're saying.
I thought my bet was a lock.
Yeah, I think we found the reason why they lose is old Betty White over here.
When at the end of the show, yesterday, Galvin was like, "Going to Lightning games," and I go, "I'm betting the Lightning."
And I go, all right.
Oh, dude.
Somebody else pointed that out too. Said tell Gio thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
I had these fires in Texas. I've never seen anything like it before. I don't know. Oh no.
Texas or Oklahoma?
Both. They're
Oh,
in
yeah.
the middle of both. What's
So
the
I haven't
theory
been able,
now?
I haven't been able to research it yet, so I
Uh-huh.
don't know if it's a real video or if it's a deep fake video. But I saw more than one video of Biden talking about the fires, and he's like, all these homes got burned up except the ones with the right roof.
He said that?
Yeah, but I haven't been
no.
able to verify if that's real or if that's a deep fake.
How upset is he that the fire would melt his ice cream faster?
Super pissed, dude.
I saw him
Super
talking about
pissed.
climate change yesterday.
Oh,
on
yeah,
TV.
definitely. Climate change.
The State of the Union's coming up here in the next week or so,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and they got this woman that's going to do the Republican response, and they're saying that she might be the vice president. I forgot who it was. I forgot her name, but I don't know. Like a vice presidential candidate for Trump.
Carmen sent me a video about something that totally went over my head, and it resonated with me. The woman was saying, if Biden is unfit to stand trial, why is he our president? If he's not
Yeah.
mentally competent enough to answer questions
yeah.
from a judge and jury, why is he leading our
How
country?
is he president?
Yeah,
How
that
did
should
we
be the
allow
number
that?
one.
Yeah,
That
like,
should be the number one.
how did
Well,
as
they-
citizens did we allow
we
that
had
to
talked happen? about that. Remember?
We did?
Because yeah,
I'm sorry.
because the story we talked about the story because the guy even said it doesn't make any sense. The exact same thing is doesn't make any sense if they're saying that this guy is going to come across as feeble and old and people will feel sorry for him and he's so confused that he can't answer questions and stuff. They're like, how is he president?
Yeah.
How does
Yeah.
that work?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they'll just argue that that's a legal defense. You know what I mean?
I think that's exactly what they said,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That it was legal, not medical, and that's why it doesn't count.
Okay.
But then how does that work in
Well, because the White
court.
House has got their own doctors, and he just had his thing there. Yep, everything looks good.
Yeah.
Checked out
Yeah.
fine.
Right,
Yeah,
but if you
the
can
same-
argue that in court,
Yeah.
then
By the way, they're the same doctors that Trump has. That's 6'3", 215.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got to find these doctors, you guys. We got to find these doctors.
He is tall, but I think their scales are broken.
Not medically obese either.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know why they're showing that Publix commercial with
Oh.
Chris again. Like why that's making the round, but there's never been a I was gonna say there's never been a bigger cuck than that, but clearly there has. But I mean that guy, when just the whole sad look that he has, why don't he ever come up to the kid and go, you know you can call me dad?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've done a lot for you.
yeah. I think I've asked you this before, but what do you call your in-laws?
Oh, they're by their names.
Like Bob and Mary
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
And what do you do?
Same.
Yeah.
But it's weird because some of the other like son-in-laws in my family, they all call them like mom and dad,
they do.
and I was there first. Like I was the first
You set the
son-in-law
precedent.
in their
Yeah.
family, and I call them by their names. So I feel like pressure to call them mom and dad, even though that'd be so weird for me.
I know. I've never ever had that conversation.
I
with
love
my
my
in-laws.
in-laws.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. But I'll my mother-in-law. One time she thought I called her mom, and my wife said my mom got very excited because she thought you called her mom. I go, well, I didn't.
I said, hey, man.
Yeah, like it's not that I wouldn't. I just don't. I mean, if do you wait for them to say that to you? Because like I know I dated a girl. If I called her dad, he'd be like, I'm not your dad. You know, he was kind of a dick. So I don't know what the right answer is.
Like I'll even say to my wife, "Your mom," or "Well, your dad's gonna meet you here," but I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same.
It's so weird to me.
It's so funny because my brother and I do the same thing. I always go, hey, your father's coming over in a little while. And people that don't know, it's like, you guys have different dads. I'm like, no, we just know it's your mother, your
Yeah.
father. I don't know. Because you know why? All these years, we referred to our parents as mommy and daddy. And I remember one time when I was like 20, I said, mommy's coming over later. I think that's like a pussy Italian thing. I go, mommy's coming over later. And I had dating a girl, and she goes, do you still call your mom mommy? And I go,
Yeah.
no, I refer to her as that,
Yeah.
but I don't call her that. And I was like, that's the last time I'll ever do that, though.
Yeah.
That is a very Italian thing because I have cousins that still do that in their mid-30s.
Because it comes from like a mama
Yeah.
kind of thing, you know?
But it's very uncomfortable when they do it in public.
Yeah, like I never called my mom mommy
Yeah.
in my teen or adult years, but when we referred to her,
Mm-hmm.
so now for some reason it's always your mom or your dad, like we pointed out. But my in-law, I don't know what to do. I mean, it's been 22 years, and I go,
Yeah.
my father-in-law will just be like, "You old coot."
I don't like that the other son-in-laws are like trying to push that on me.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Oh, they're pushing it
Yeah,
on you.
They all do it, except so I'm like the bad guy.
Do they
Yeah.
ever bring it up at Thanksgiving? They're like, "Jim,
No,
come
but
on."
it's just
You feel
awkward.
it?
Yeah, like, oh yeah. Well, I was talking to mom. I'm like, what? Who? Oh, Michelle? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. My father-in-law's I don't know. I think kind of some of it's by choice, but he's kind of deaf. So, he won't always hear things the first time around. I'll be like, hey, you going to the store? And he'll be like, what? I'll go, you going to the store? And he'll go, oh, yeah, I'm going to the store. And I'll be like, okay. But so I can call him whatever I want. I could be like, yo, poophead. He'd go like, what? He would have no idea. But he's great. Like, I got along great with
He's
both of
really
them.
funny.
He's very
Your
funny.
father-in-law is really funny.
Yeah. They're both fun people to be around, but it's sometimes if you sit across the table, don't even bother to have a conversation. There's no way he's gonna hear you. No way.
Well, I'm not going to fall victim to the pressure. I'm
You
standing
never
my
do.
ground.
Never do.
Maybe what if they were like waiting to leave you their fortune? The minute Gio calls us mom and dad, we put him in the will.
Maybe, yeah.
Do they call you George or Gio?
George.
It's so weird that you're a George.
Yeah.
None of us know you as George.
No.
Really, it's only my immediate family that calls me that.
I know, that's so weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling you that since we're best friends.
That's fine.
Since you're my favorite.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
Well, on the show, I'll call him Gio. When
But
we get
in
out of
real life,
here,
that's
we
even
hang
more
out.
hurtful.
We hang out. Me and my friend George are going
Oh,
out
I
there.
don't like
Under the
that.
blanket, I'll call him George.
Oh, wait a second.
Those were so good. Listen, they're fantastic.
It's Friday. In the 9 o'clock hour, Louis J. Gomez will be coming by. He's at Side Splitters this weekend, and it's more significant that he's coming in because these clubs in Seattle are calling for banning of comedians like Louis Gomez, like specifically named Louis Gomez and Jim Florentine and a couple other people that we like and are friends of the show, and they're calling to ban these people because of their jokes. The same way they did to what's his face back in the
Lenny
60s,
Bruce.
Lenny Bruce. I mean, it's insane.
If you're a comedian, do you ever go to that comedy club? Like
Not
every
that club. No,
yeah, every
no.
comedian should go. Yeah, we're done with that club. You're
Yep.
done. We're shutting you down.
Closed.
Because
Yeah.
you're not a comedy club. You're a ridiculous political place where people gather and yell about, oh, you're making jokes.
And I read they had been booked for like a while. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a new thing. They were on the schedule for quite some time.
And I have to tell you, Lewis is like, he's aggressive, but he's not like super dirty. Like even Legion of Skanks is not that bad of a show where you'd go. I mean bad like as far as like dirty and stuff where you'd go, these guys are ridiculous,
But also, if you're listening to Legion of Skanks and you're wanting to complain, the name of the show is Legion of
Yeah.
Skanks.
And they let you know
should
right up
kinda
front.
know
Yeah.
what you're getting in. That's like going to a boxing match and going, oh, I don't like when people hit each other.
It's so weird. It's such a weird thing. So Lewis will be here in the 9 o'clock hour. We got stuff to give away when we come back from break. Carmen will tell you what that is, and we'll play a little Sporkle next on 102.5 The Bone.
Can we?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just
You go, friend.
about Dune. Can we get one of those BH
Yeah.
popcorn
Oh,
holders
yeah.
we're selling?
We have one. You get one. I'll get one. You know what's
All
up.
right.
Josh
Not
Brolin
cool.
was
There
like,
it
I
is on
am-
TV right now.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin was like, I am not putting my hand in that.
Let's get one of those.
Yeah, I'm not putting my hand in
Oh,
it either.
God.
Hey, have you seen this Spaceman, the movie with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
I've only seen the
The
parts
trailer.
of the trailer.
It looks
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it's a serious movie.
It's gonna be on Netflix, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's Adam Sandler like on a space station or something, and there's either an alien or a figment of his imagination there, and you can't tell which is which.
You
but
know
it's
who
pretty
does
cool.
the voice?
No.
Paul Dano.
Of the
Oh, really?
creature?
Yeah. of
Oh,
the
that's
creature, yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And he talks it's kind of Hal, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because he's very calm. He's like, do you need my help?
Yeah, because he's kind of like a robot.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and you don't know if he's real or not. That looks very cool.
Dude, I don't know if it's probably, I'm hoping it's not real, but I saw a thing where they were talking about if space spiders were real, how they would
Oh.
survive. Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Space
terrifying.
spiders.
Dude, I don't want any space spiders.
It's go ahead.
I watched a
No,
movie
it
the other
is.
day that was about the space station. Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
It doesn't star anybody famous, but it's the Russian American space station that's up in space, and they wake up one day to news that there was tensions are high, and all of a sudden the nuclear weapons are launched, and you could see the Earth just like fire in certain areas, and it gets worse and worse, and Russia is calling the cosmonauts and saying, you need to kill them and take over from space. And America's calling them and saying you need to kill them and take over from space, and they're trying to kill each other. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's
Very
not awesome. It was
suspenseful.
all right. It was a good story, but
Yeah.
a terrible movie.
That's
Yeah.
too bad. The space station stuff blows my mind, all the research that they're doing and stuff they won't tell us about, obviously, but like how they're growing plants in space. Do you know there's a fungus that grows on the outside of the space station in space and it survives for years?
No, I don't know any of this stuff
Yeah.
because they don't tell us any of it, or
Well,
I don't know where to find out.
That's why they say like mushrooms and the mycelium on this planet are like the true aliens, and that's what helps spawn all this growth that was never here before. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
makes
Fascinating.
good excuse to take mushrooms.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You-
saying.
you know
Let's
what I mean?
go.
It blows my mind that we went to the moon for the first time in 50 years, like last week, and nobody cares.
Right? No,
Well, it's not even
It's
Yeah.
not
like-
that nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's weird. The first time we went to the moon, supposedly, you could drive cars on there and take pictures and go golfing and all that other
Yeah.
stuff. And this time they got like a picture that looks like you're squinting through a keyhole to see it.
and
you
it's
know,
a robot, no man, there doesn't any people.
They said it flipped over,
Yeah,
so
yep.
the batteries didn't charge
no.
enough. I don't believe any
I'm
of it.
starting to think we never went there the first time.
I don't think
No.
we did. I
Yeah.
think it was all just a publicity stunt to say we beat the Russians.
Yes, and I think Stanley Kubrick knew all about
Yeah.
it, and I think that that's definitely true,
Yeah.
and probably why he died so young.
I agree.
Well, there's all kind of theories about that he filmed it and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and all the hidden codes that are in his movies about the moon landing, all the different stuff. Yeah.
237.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
By the way,
totally
I
different.
say so young.
Yeah.
I don't mean that. I don't know how old he was, but he certainly died before
Yeah.
his time. you
And
know?
he did that wild interview a week before he died, where he said that he did that all the landing footage was all him.
and all that Buzz Aldrin video of him telling kids it
Yeah.
was fake.
Yeah,
He was 70 when he died.
yeah.
Uh,
The craziest Buzz Aldrin stuff, I believe it was Buzz Aldrin, is when he went to Antarctica and saw the Black Pyramid and tweeted about it, and then they took him off Twitter.
Oh, Buzz is old. He's
Yeah.
getting crazy.
He'll
Yeah.
punch you right in the mouth.
Yeah, dude.
I just don't understand why. I don't know. Maybe we don't understand it, but like, what is it gonna hurt us by telling us a little bit about what's going on?
Because if people really knew what power they had within themselves, you wouldn't abide by society as we know it. You wouldn't go to work. You would know how to make communities and live with each other, and it would
I
be
just want to
peaceful.
know how to pick the right bets before I go to bed.
Yeah, well,
That's all I care about.
you can eventually with
That's
your
all I
psychic abilities.
All right, Carmen, what do we have to give away today?
We have tickets for J-Lo and Lightning versus Canadians.
That's it?
Yes.
It's Friday.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, the Lightning and the Canadiens is Saturday, I believe,
Yes.
and J-Lo is J-Lo. Let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge, scorekeeper, and my favorite. Carmen,
Aw.
Thank you, Michael.
what are we playing today?
Today we're going to play company slogans. Can you finish the company slogans? I'm going to give you the slogan with a missing word. You're going to give me that missing word. If you can't get it, I will also give you the company/product.
This is the position I have to sit in right now to get
Bad.
where I'm
It's
comfortable.
bad.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
All right, your first one. Maybe she's with it.
Born.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Spanish.
Oh.
To last.
Built.
What'd you say?
Built?
Yes, correct. Mike Calta. It's Ford. Think
Heaven.
apple.
Bigger. Now.
Are you
Think blank.
Are you saying think or thank?
Think
Big.
apple.
Think apple.
Think different.
Difference.
Eat
Fresh.
Galvin. You're in good
Hands.
hands is correct. Pap.
Galvin.
Ugh.
Galvin gets the point.
100% right, Joe. Good job.
I would have said
Trying to be your
Spanish.
favorite.
Wow.
Don't do that.
You're ready to make them up.
The place on earth.
Best.
Disneyland.
Happiest.
Oh.
Geo. It your way.
Have it.
Have.
Yeah.
I said have.
I said have it.
I said have
I
it.
said have at the same time as Galvin.
Is the answer have or have it?
It's have.
What'd you say?
Have.
What'd you say?
Have.
I heard Spanish.
Okay.
There's the make
Spanish.
there's the make 'em up.
Spanish gets the point. Hello.
Fresh.
Motorola.
Moto.
Galvin.
Hello, Moto.
Expect more. Less.
Think.
Target.
Hey.
Pay less.
Who wants you to think less? Nobody.
Galvin. And Pap, we're halfway there.
Oh, my, how?
Gio is on the board, and Michael is also on the board. They are both having one. Spanish is having two, and Galvin doubling it as your leader. He's winning with 4.
When you get all, I forgot how many I have.
One.
Okay.
That's
1.
Thank you.
All
You
right.
get so wordy, I get confused.
Sorry.
All right. We
I'm
are
ready.
playing company slogans. You guys are giving me the missing word from the slogan.
Are
Your
we
next
getting-
one.
Are we getting breakfast today?
I mean,
Ken.
Go ahead, Carmen. I'm sorry.
All right. Company slogans. Your next one. Connecting. Nokia.
everybody.
People.
People, Mike Calta.
Why didn't I say it? I'm sitting there going, it's not people. It's definitely not people.
It can't be people.
Idiot.
Live in your, play in ours.
World.
Galvin,
What is it?
PS2. Have a Kit Kat.
Break.
Galvin. Come TV with
Us.
Hulu, Spanish. Is nothing.
I don't want to watch Come TV at all.
Adidas.
Say it one more time, Carmen.
Blank is nothing.
Time.
Adidas.
Comfort.
Pain.
Running.
Impossible is nothing.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a terrible
Just do it.
slogan.
Yeah.
Stupid.
German.
Time is nothing.
You'll
though.
never have just do it.
Never goes out of style. Levi's.
Jeans.
Comfort.
Joe.
Yes.
Blank never goes out of style.
You never.
Pockets.
Happiness. Denim.
Quality. Never goes out of style. Because you're it.
Worth.
Lovin'.
Worth. Spanish and Pap. We're on the last three.
Gio has a single solitary point. He's having 1. Michael has 2. Spanish with 4. And Galvin is your leader. He's winning with 6.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
All right, last three company slogans. You're finishing the slogans. Last three. Tastes so good. Ask for it by name.
You.
Meow Mix.
Cats.
Cats. Galvin.
Cats.
A is forever.
Diamond.
Oh, I was like, that
Hey.
doesn't make sense. Why would A be forever? Starts with an
Spanish.
E.
And your last one. Runs on Duncan.
America.
Mike.
Yay.
America.
Did I win?
I think so. See what Joe has to
I
say.
love Duncan.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
Your final score, Gio was having 1, Michael with 3, Spanish with 5, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 7.
Very nice. Very nice. Good
The
job.
year totals, Spanish.
The year totals, Gio and I are having 4 wins for the year. Galvin, you are in second with 14 wins for the year. Michael only leading by 6 now with a total of 20 wins for the year.
Why are you gonna say it like that? What is Galvin?
That's why you're not his favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got 14.
I will double
Yeah,
Spanish
20.
by March.
It is March.
It is March.
Beware the Ides of March.
Damn it.
Dude.
By the way, that's a good movie. Ides of March with Ryan Gosling and
He's
George
perfect.
Clooney.
In, he's perfect in everything.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, he is the
He can
right
do it all.
amount of fun and good
Yeah.
looking at the same time.
I think Fall Guy's gonna be great.
Yeah, so do
I
I.
think Fall Guy.
Yeah,
is,
probably.
Like it looks like he's really good in that.
I watched-
and Sylvester Stallone wants him to be Rambo.
Yeah, he would be great, Rambo. I watched Crazy Stupid Love again. And he's so good in that.
So good. In
be
that.
better than the Gap.
By the way, he would not be a great Rambo.
Yeah, he would.
I think he'd be a great Rambo.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
shredded. He can be quiet.
Yeah.
Just kill guy.
Have you seen
know,
any of his
blonde
action
Rambo.
movies?
Well,
But they can do stuff now with movies. I don't know if you've heard.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I like
Yoda doing backflips. This guy's worried about dyeing someone's hair.
Yeah.
That was real.
Yeah.
So Yoda really is better than you think. It's because he's old. You don't think he's good.
Yeah,
I
that's
should-
such a good movie.
I should hate Ryan Gosling, but I love Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah, there's nothing to hate about him. Him and Ryan Reynolds are cool, but I like Gosling better.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan,
Me too.
Ryan Reynolds is a little too much.
Too much. Yeah.
By the way, we should do a list of people we should hate but
We
don't.
love.
Yeah.
I can tell you number one on that list. Number one on that list, people we should hate. By all accounts, we should hate him, but we don't. Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love Dave Portnoy.
Dave
Yeah, but
Portnoy.
like, think of all the
Yeah.
stuff about it, like from Boston, says the dumbest stuff.
Yeah.
Like has these little catchphrases and stuff. Like we should hate that guy.
Attitude.
Flaunts
Yeah.
his money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2 on that list, a pair, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. I feel like you should hate them. They've been famous since they're young. They're both
Yeah.
good looking. They're best friends. and then you're like, no, they're actually really cool. And
It's
we
funny.
like
I'm
them
kind of
both, yeah.
split on the pair. I like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. I'm
Really?
like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I like Ben Affleck.
Listen,
yeah.
I think he's a good actor. I think he does some good, but I just think in person he's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably right. I only know Matt Damon through like those interviews and when he yelled at that poor reporter about teachers. It was just trying to get some audio.
I always think of Ben Affleck with the picture with the cigarette in his hand
Yeah.
and he's taking that side. But then after
We've
that,
all been there.
but after that, the time where he was opening J-Lo's door and she had like said something and he rolled his eyes and the paparazzi got and he was like, "Come on, guys, don't do this."
Yeah, I mean, all those things about Ben are great, but yeah, I don't know. He just seems like a stand-up dude,
Yeah.
and all his movies are good. He's a good actor, and he seems like he'd be fun. And my Ben Affleck story is Kevin Smith telling us that Ben Affleck was so generous with him and helped him
Yeah.
out so much, gave him his house.
He's not even the best actor in his family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Casey
J-Lo.
Affleck is.
Oh,
yeah.
J-Lo.
Anaconda's great.
What do we have coming up in news, Galvin?
Coming up news today, welcome to the show. Chopper, sick balls,
Oh.
and let's get ready to rumble.
All right. We got news with Galvin. We'll take a quick break, and we'll do that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. I see you got some New Balance on over there. Very nice.
I mixed it up a little bit today.
Yeah. You got you're starting to catch up with me with all the different styles. You
Yeah.
got New Balance, you got your Ultras, you got your Under Armours. Well, Pelts has all of those in stock, ready to go. Whatever you're looking for, they have them for you. And if you're going on the cruise, Celtic Cruise 17 right around the corner, you need some new cruise shoes. Stop at the Pelts, get them. They got the boating shoes like Sperry. I always say Sperry. They've got flip-flops. They got Birkenstocks, Hey Dudes. They got heels and boots and everything for the ladies. Stop into a Pelts location. They have 6 throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Whenever you stop in there, make sure you tell them Galvin from the Mike Calta Show sent you. So the White House is catching flack for using a new politically correct term for illegal migrants coming in across the southern border. Anybody want to take a guess? What are they calling?
I know. I just
You
I
know?
saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, saw it?
Ridiculous.
Carmen, any idea? Do you know what they're calling the illegal immigrants that are coming across?
I have no idea.
Spanish?
I
Have
do
you
not
heard?
know.
Oh, it's
You want to take a guess?
No.
What would be a politically correct thing to call people coming into the country illegally?
Uninvited entrance.
Yeah.
Like something like that?
New
American challenge?
New Citizen Brigade.
New citizen?
Ooh.
Nice.
Displaced homesteaders.
Spanish, you're close with it. They shortened it and kind of made it nice and concise. Newcomers.
Shut up.
Newcomers.
Yeah.
Welcome, newcomers. Yeah, the
Yeah.
new term was unveiled in a little noticed fact sheet on the White House website uploaded ahead of President Biden's trip to the border on Thursday. A $118 billion Senate border and foreign aid deal, including $20 billion on border security measures, fell apart earlier this month. The fact sheet that was the bill would provide $1.4 billion in assistance to cities and states who are providing critical services to newcomers and
Oh.
would expedite work
that
permits
doesn't sound that bad.
for people who are in the country and qualify. Yeah,
They're just newcomers. No big
welcome
deal.
newcomers.
Hey, newcomers.
We have
Hello.
newcomers here.
Are you an American citizen struggling to buy groceries and pay your mortgage? Well, don't worry. The newcomers are taken care of.
Mhm. Newcomers, you get your cell phone, you
You
get
get
your
some free
stuff.
money.
Yeah.
You can tell that they're starting the Biden administration. They're starting to panic because they're realizing that this is going to be a huge, huge
Oh, yeah,
issue for
dude.
voters. And I don't think they anticipated it being that big of a deal. And now they're scrambling.
Let me ask you this though, as people who don't live on a border in a border state, what is your biggest problem with the migrants coming over here?
Me?
Well,
Yeah.
I would say the crime and that there's no punishment for them. There's literally no punishment for them.
Where do you like? Are you thinking about New York right now?
I'm thinking about all over where
Yeah.
all the fentanyl, a lot of the drugs, all type of stuff, all type of crime that is happening.
That
it's
guy
not,
who-
it's not all immigrants.
Right.
But also, if you're coming in here illegally, you're going to probably do illegal things. If you come in here the proper way, then you become a citizen and stuff. This whole newcomer stuff is ridiculous. And all the thing that they're giving these people instead of giving the people who are Americans.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like the actual the influx of newcomers.
Yeah.
Like, what is the worst part about that?
My problem is that they'll try to portray it as it's just like families who are trying to get their children to a better life, which I understand that, but a large portion of it is people like coming from other countries that are not even like in Mexico to invade this country and commit crimes. It's not just families.
Carmen, what were you going to say?
I mean, basically that, and also, I mean, like there's been a ton of stories. Someone like documented just all the murders from illegal immigrants, and they were basically all young teenage girls that were murdered from these immigrants, and then they go to jail for a couple days, and then they let them out.
And sex trafficking, don't forget about that.
Well,
right.
My question there was going to be really my point of my question was, if it wasn't on TV every night and being turned into a political issue, I don't even think I'd
I think you would. I definitely think you would.
I agree with that. I can see how that would be.
I mean, like, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a problem. I'm just saying the world wouldn't pay attention to it because it's a political topic that Donald Trump really made. He brought the problem to the forefront by pointing it out and saying he'd build the wall and all that stuff. He really brought it to the forefront. But the truth is that if you don't live in Texas or you don't live in that area where you're dealing with that all the time in California, you're not really seeing it. New York's dealing with it now because they're moving everybody up there. They're shipping them up there. And they're doing that, again, to be political babies again. You know?
I disagree. I think you would see it because I think with how the money's flowing right now and how we're paying more and more in taxes and our money's going to them.
Yeah, you know, and I also think that the infiltration of the Chinese and other stuff, and certainly the sex trafficking, but I mean, I'm a guy who likes a good massage every once in a while.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, I'm just saying that I don't think this would be nearly as big as an issue. Not that it wouldn't be detrimental. It just wouldn't be that big of an issue if Trump didn't make such a big deal about it in the beginning.
I disagree, though, because I think
who was saying anything about it before Trump?
Stories locally. Well, I mean, there have been tons of politicians that have talked about securing our borders.
But who's really made it the forefront? The forefront, like Gio just said, this is going to be one of the biggest political issues.
Yeah,
and that's only because Trump attacked it the first time.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying you shouldn't have. I know, but he's the guy who came out and said, this is ruining us. This is ruining this country.
Yeah, and like I said, locally, if you read stories of what's even happening in our own backyard in Tampa and St. Pete, there are way more arrests of gang members that have never been in our state before, and they're getting more and more brazen because they know that they just get shipped back and then they come back.
I don't know anything about fentanyl. I'm learning fentanyl as we read news stories here. I've never seen it. I never heard of it. Nobody said, hey, you want to do fentanyl with me ever in my life. But I know now, if you ask me, I know we have a lot of fentanyl problems here, and where we getting it? It's coming in over from the illegal immigrants. I don't know if that's true. I just feel like I've been told that.
But like the politicians definitely are going to tap into whatever they think is the issue that's going to get the most traction. So they think,
but I don't think Trump did that in the beginning. I think Trump really looked at this country and said, this is our biggest problem.
Yeah,
and we need to stop this.
I think we knew that there was a problem. I think people saw the crime rate going up and inflation and all the different stuff. I think Trump's the one who actually put the spot on. Said this is what the problem is. Here is what's causing all this other stuff.
You know what's even crazier is we buy our transformers, our electrical transformers.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, we bought a lot of them from China, and there was no oversight on them. They have no idea.
Shut them down when they want.
We have no idea what software was in any of them. They took one and brought it to the Department of Justice, and they did a full workup on it, and they haven't released any information about what they found, what's going on, and they're all working right now all throughout the country.
Sometimes you drive down the road and you see these green boxes out there, and they're transformers or whatever they are. I knew a guy that would tell me that those things were designed for the government to just turn them on and shut all the cars down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So who knows?
Now they just are adding a kill switch to your car by 2026. So they don't even need that.
I just feel there's a lot of bad people coming in, and their motivation is not just to make a better life for their children. Like they're coming in to do some serious
but the
stuff.
problem is there are a lot of people coming in to make a better life for their children.
30%, they say.
Well, I mean, look, most of the people in Cuba would come, most of the people in Mexico would come. They'd get out of the situation they're in to come here for a better life. Of course they would.
Agree.
And it's hard to say no to them because that's what our ancestors did.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely going to be a hot button issue, and I think Trump should get a lot of credit with being the one to really bring it to the forefront and make it an issue that everybody's paying attention to.
It just doesn't make any sense to me that there's a right way to do it, and when you just open the borders and don't process people, I don't understand. Like, we have the manpower to process these
Spanish
people.
are not people; they're newcomers.
Newcomers. Sorry.
I don't,
Yeah,
do we
to,
though? I mean, I don't know.
We're spending billions of dollars on a proxy war in Ukraine and in Israel. So I think we could spend that money better at the border.
But like I said, so is that how we fix it though? Is throw
I don't
more
know.
money at? Like,
No, you're right. I don't know.
I don't even know if Trump is elected and the big issue is the border. How do you even fix that? The
I don't
wall,
know.
does that fix it?
I think
more
now
money.
it's too
I don't
late.
even know.
Building a wall would have been better than building half a wall and tearing it down.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big
Like
waste.
I don't even know how you fix that.
Build a wall, tear it down, and then Biden went back and started building it again.
Yeah, but taking down the barbed wire and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, those guys in Texas yesterday were like, we have no help here. We
Yeah.
have nothing going on.
I think it's the same with the climate change people. You chop one of their hands off, and people don't super glue their hands to works of art
Yeah.
anymore.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? So at the border,
What a new Banksy just has a hand sticking to the wall.
if you have a border with turrets up there and guys shooting people and stuff, and they go, "Hey, the borders aren't open anymore."
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, if you're going over there, they're gonna probably shoot you, and then they go, "All right, well, like Canada, let's go
Yeah.
to Canada then."
Yeah.
Listen, when I lived in Miami, families of 4 would show up on doors floating 90 miles from Cuba, and you had to go, how bad are things in Cuba that you're willing to risk your kids' lives on a door
Yeah.
floating over here? And I really felt bad for the Cuban people because they were willing to lose a child, or the child dying would be better than growing up in Cuba. And then you have to realize how bad it is over there. And I think there's a lot of countries that really that's the situation. These people want to come here for an opportunity, but all the other things that go along with it, they
Yeah.
just outweigh the good, and it's hurting our country. We really need to. I like the idea of just doing it the right way.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It doesn't seem that far fetched to be able to get that done.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a new bill into law permitting the public disclosure of grand jury testimony, paving the way for officials to release documents from the secretive 2006 Jeffrey Epstein case.
Ooh.
The bill, HB 117, states in part that grand jury testimony, quote, may be disclosed so long as the subject of the grand jury inquiry is deceased. The grand jury inquiry related to criminal or sexual activity between the subject and the grand jury investigation and a person who was a minor at the time of the alleged criminal or sexual activity. According to DeSantis, the law will spearhead the release of the records related to the grand jury case where a single criminal charge was brought against Epstein, despite prosecutors identifying over 30 victims. Some of the people who claimed he abused them at his Palm Beach home were as young as 14 years old.
Yeah, I'd like to see something. I'd like to see some names. I'd like to know for sure what's going on. I'd like to have some answers to why Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah are on there. I'd really like to know what's going on.
Yeah, but I don't think
We'll
this
never
bill gets
find out.
passed. Yeah.
I read that they're expected to be heavily redacted, so you're
Yeah.
not even going to know what it is anyways.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
a
It's
like-
going to be
yeah.
years before we find out. It'll be in some WikiLeaks or something. As though
Why
we'll
is it
find
when I get in trouble, my phone number and all that stuff is
Yeah.
all made public, but I can't? Everybody else's
Interesting, right?
gets redacted.
A lot of
Yeah.
lawyers
Yeah.
involved.
I don't care.
Gio, you can tune out for this part. The Powerball next jackpot is happening Saturday, tomorrow night. Powerball is up to $443 million, and your next Mega Millions jackpot, which is the drawing is tonight, is $607 million.
So I talked to Bobby last night, and he said if I win Powerball or whatever it is this weekend, I said, can you just give me $1 million? Just stroke me $1 million off the top. And he is like, bro, I'd give you more than $1 million. I go, I'm good with $1 million. I just want $1 million. He's like, I'm going to give you, but now I feel like if I win, now I'm pressured to give him more than $1 million.
You're his number one best friend.
Yeah, but $1 million is a nice
All
gift.
right,
Yeah.
so let's just whack it in half. $607 million. You get $300 million. You're not going to give him more than $1 million.
I mean, I got a lot of people to give money to. I got
You're
you
not
guys
going
to
to give
take
your
care
number
of.
one best friend more than $1 million.
I got Gio to take care of.
How
I've
you
got-
you were giving us more than $1 million.
I say things.
Yeah.
I figured I'd give each one of you $1 million in a car and be like, there you go. It's a new Corvette from Stingray
And I'd
Chevrolet.
be
and-
very happy with that.
Right.
But you've already said that you would give us more.
Yeah.
Well, then I started thinking of all the people that I got to take care of.
Yeah, it's
you know
an
what I'm
oral
saying?
contract. We already did it.
Who? I mean, really, honestly, my circle is so small now.
Mm-hmm.
There are very few people I would give money to.
Yeah, it should be that way.
Like just that I'd randomly walk up and hand money to. I mean, you guys are in. You guys are grandfathered in.
You were literally the one that said everyone that works for CMG you would give money to. People that you
but
don't
like
even
$10,000.
Yeah, but still,
That's
like,
fine.
what are you
All
doing
of that
that
will equal
for?
$100,000. No,
Yeah, you
maybe
tighten that up a little
$200,000.
bit. You can give Bobby some money.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to give him the money. It's just like, what am I gonna? I mean, what am I gonna
gi-
give Pete?
I give you guys money. I give my family money, and then there's probably like 5 other people that I might give money to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
can't
you
wait to
have-
give you guys money.
You have 3 brothers,
Yeah.
and then your dad.
Yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, as far as I know, that's it. Then maybe Jenny's family. I got.
No, I have
my family. I got
have
the
my
Jews.
sister.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
Don't forget, I have a
she's a-
sister.
She's a halfway sister. You give her half what you give your brothers. Yeah, I got my brother. I got my niece and nephews. I got my father and my sister, and I mean, I got too many people. I'm not even
Nieces
playing.
and nephews.
It's just too much. It's too much.
You're ridiculous.
It's too much.
When I win, I can't wait the party that we're gonna have and all the money we're gonna have. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
that I
amazing.
believe.
Yeah.
If you win, I believe that you're going to blow a lot of it right away.
No, I'm blow it. I'm giving it all away to people.
Now we got to go to the party. And
No, you
hang
don't have to
out
go.
and
No,
all
no,
that
no.
stuff.
You don't have to
Like,
go. You don't
jeez.
but you will get the
You're
money.
giving it all away? You're not going
a
to keep
big
any for
portion
yourself?
of it. A big portion of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what I said. I'm keeping
300
50
million.
million.
How much you keeping?
Probably just 100 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
That's more
Yeah.
than enough.
I'm building I would build like a compound, a self-sufficient compound, if anybody wanted to come live there, and then all the rest of the
Now
money.
we
I
gotta
would
live
give
with
away.
you too?
No, I just said if you wanted to live there. We're friendly.
don't.
I get it. All right.
I don't want
I
to
know.
live
I
there.
know. I know. That's why it's an option.
When I win, and if you call my phone and it's disconnected, just know that's not because I didn't pay the bill.
You don't want. All right. I hear you. I hear you.
Here's a quick rundown of this week in science. Researchers may have found the genetic quirk that made our early ancestors stop growing tails.
Oh.
They think it happened around 25 million years ago, so thank God we don't have tails now.
Do you think they can figure out what makes Mitch McConnell do that chin thing underneath
Yeah.
his face?
Yeah.
Oh.
They'd find the cancer quirk.
He
but,
has DNA spliced in with a tortoise.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's a turtle face.
Do you like fruit? Does
No.
everybody like
Yeah.
fruit?
I'm a
Yes.
big fan.
Yeah.
Gio does not like fruit.
No.
I love fruit.
You love fruit?
I'm not a fan.
no.
Shocker.
Well, Gio, good news for you. If you don't like fruit, studies found that even smelling it might actually help prevent cancer and other
Oh.
disease.
Oh.
So
All right.
eating it, probably better, but at least you can smell it and go, oh, yeah, grapefruit. I
Let
feel
me
like
tell ya.
cancer just shooting out.
I take those athletic greens every day.
Yeah.
It's you put 2 scoops in water and
How's
you just
that
drink
going?
that.
You feel athletic?
No, but I will. I mean, I have to say it delicately. When I go number 2,
Yeah.
I mean it's like squeezing toothpaste from a full tube.
Yeah.
Do you,
It's
good
no
for you.
problem.
do you yell touchdown?
It's not unlike sometimes where you're like, is that a moon rock? What just came out? You know,
Yeah.
you're like, I gotta, and then this though is like,
Yeah.
it's just straight.
So the only thing
toothbrush.
athletic is your bowel movements.
Damn right.
You know what? Gee, I can also fight. You want to see that?
When you're sliding in the first and you feel a sudden burst.
That's those studies that they do of like the power of the mind where you don't have to eat it, but just making your mind think you're eating it by smelling it are incredible. They did one about your pinky where they had people think about moving their pinky for 15 minutes a day, and they gained 15% strength in their pinky just by thinking about moving it, which I find to be fascinating.
I just read a thing which you probably already know, but there are no muscles in your fingers.
yeah.
It's all
Isn't that
just
crazy?
tendons.
Yeah.
I think about my wiener growing every night.
You can
Nothing's
do it.
happening.
You have to believe it though.
How about
don't.
that dude that I sent you the other day? The
That was
mentalist guy, remember?
incredible.
There is a guy, I'll send it to you as well. There is a guy who does like street mentalism stuff, whatever, and he'll walk up to people, random people, and he'll go, would it blow your mind if I could tell you your first kiss, who you had your first kiss with?
I mean, how would anybody know that?
I don't know, and I don't know if it's on video, so I don't know if he's saying, hey, tell me your first one.
right.
But the people, you're getting good reactions.
Yeah.
So you go, yeah, that would blow my. And he goes, all right, think of the person's name, and his name was Kevin. And he goes, in your mind, introduce that person to me. Say, Kevin, this is. And he goes, now think of it. And he goes, all right. He goes, I'm thinking. He goes, is there? He goes, I'm seeing an N. And they're like, no. And he goes, okay. He goes, scream it, like scream their name out loud. Do you know their first and last name? And they're like, yeah. And he goes, all right. And he's like, Becky Sarandon. And the guy goes, what? No.
I mean,
There's no way.
how?
I have
They're
no
devils. They're the devil.
Yeah.
Let's try it right now.
wild.
Power of the
Spanish.
mind. All right, you want me to send it to you?
Introduce me to the girl that you had your first kiss with in your head.
Okay.
Okay, yell out her name. Elizabeth Stanton.
Nope.
Oh, damn it.
Nope. But you were very close.
Shut up.
Her name begins
Elise.
with an F.
Oh.
And it begins with F?
F,
So
yeah.
how is that close to Elizabeth?
E-F.
EF.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's her name? Frida?
Finola.
No.
Swear to God.
No wonder why.
Finola Koch.
Oil.
Finola Koch, yeah.
Koch?
Koch, K-O-C-H, yeah. F-I-N-O-L-A.
That's pronounced Finocchio.
Yeah.
Finucci.
No.
No, there was a guy we knew he's a little Finola.
No.
But then there was another one where the guy goes, think of any person or anything in your life. He goes, think of anything in your life that brought you joy. Anything at all. He goes, whatever it is. He goes, don't tell me what it is, but think of it in your head, blah, blah, blah. And the girl's thinking of it, and he goes, all right. He goes, Sugar Cube, your dog. And she goes, oh my, like she freaks out and loses her mind. And he goes, everything's connected. Everything in this world's connected. He goes, do you know why you thought of your dog? He goes, turn around. There's a big thing of a dog behind her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So whether she subconsciously, I don't still how the
How
hell.
would he know Sugar Cube?
Yeah, exactly. The fact that you could guess a dog,
Yeah.
okay, I get that. But yeah, that he got the dog's name,
Mhm.
it's wild.
Spanish.
I'll post
Yes.
the guy on Instagram.
Think of something that makes you happy.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with an M.
No.
Good.
Nothing makes him happy.
Does it start with a C?
C, yeah. Cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh no.
In other food news,
Not a
eating
mental.
too much junk food increases your risk for 32 different diseases. And researchers are working on a new sensor that can tell how fresh meat is so that you'll know that it's safe to eat. So I'll have
Okay.
a little sensor in there.
Oh, good. I can figure out if the meat in my freezer out here is good at all anymore.
Just in time for
Let me
us
get my
to
donuts.
Just in time for us to eat bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Can I tell you something I saw?
Is it bad? It's bad, isn't it? Yeah, from that face, it's bad.
It was a guy, some sort of Indo-Asian guy, and he got a big wok, and he went over to, like, you ever see videos of, like, people on playing baseball, and at the lights there's just a swarm of bugs, you know?
Oh, yeah. I saw the exact same one.
The wok has some water in it, and he goes over and he double hand flaps the bugs down into the water till it's filled with bugs that are trapped in the water. Then he drains the water and mixes in spices and stuff, and then fries them up like they're rice, and then eats the bugs. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. They did a
Here's the thing about that, though. Here's the thing about, and I'm not advocating for eating bugs. I don't want to be in a world where we have to eat bugs. But if you wanted to eat bugs, they are high in protein.
They
So
are.
The only reason we are grossed out by bugs is because we didn't eat them as a kid. Like, you didn't grow up eating bugs. It's the same with horse meat. It's the same with all the different stuff. Why is it totally normal for us to eat cows? And if anybody would eat a horse or a giraffe, we'd be like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But it just, it just makes sense. But bugs, like, I bet
I'm going to tell you why. If you gave me a slice of giraffe and I took a bite out of it and I was like, God damn, giraffe is good, I'd eat giraffe.
Yeah.
Horse, just, it's
Yeah,
horse.
but
Dog.
But if I gave you a big thing of bugs, like scrambled bugs,
Yeah.
whatever, and you had no idea what it was, and you ate it, you'd be like, "This is delicious, probably."
I
and
can
then-
feel wings in my mouth.
Yeah, I agree with you, but
Lobsters.
Yeah, lobster's delicious.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
they're
sea
bugs.
bugs.
There's a cockroach in the sea.
Oh,
Same
God,
with same
that's
with
you saying
shrimp.
They're delicious.
them.
They're the
Oh,
they're the armored
crawfish.
saints.
Crawfish.
Yeah.
Crawfish the worst.
Crawfish are small
They're
lobsters,
delicious.
and they're the armored saints of the lake.
yeah, langostina. The only reason I disagree is
Their
because
poops on their back.
every study they do about eating bugs, your percentage of getting diseases goes up by like 50%.
Yeah, they do carry disease.
Yeah,
Okay.
way more than
Yeah, but so does beef, so does cows and stuff and everything. But you have to have it processed properly.
You double-
Right now, most people are just swatting them into water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
you had it sold in the FDA and all that type of stuff, that would be a lot safer for you.
You're
Same
right.
with shrimp and same with lobster. Same with all that.
It's
Stuff.
little cream of cockroach soup with a nice salad.
By the way, you made me think whenever you were talking about the bugs. I saw a thing the other day, a hack that blew my mind. So if you have a hornet's nest, like a little hornet's nest, on the roof of your house somewhere,
Right.
or whatever, You take a jar or a glass of like gasoline.
Oh, I saw that.
Have you seen this?
And they just kind of fall
and
off.
you put it over it, and they all just dive bomb into the gas and kill
Yeah.
themselves.
Really?
Yeah, it's wild.
That is wild.
Yeah,
I
it's
wonder what's making them do that.
I don't know whether the fumes and they can't
the
breathe, so
fumes.
they try and get out and they go right in the gas. But it looks like they're almost suicide diving into the
Damn,
got. Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's also fun to watch.
it's
Yeah.
it's wild. I saw like 8 people do it. But it was
I thought you were going to say you light it on fire and put it up there.
The best is the one guy that tries to do it and fails.
Yeah.
And they all
That
just
would
come
be
out
me.
after him.
and then he
Yeah.
gets gas in his eyes.
You seen the guy that eats the hornet's nest?
Don't do
no.
that.
Dude, it's crazy. He just grabs it and just throws it in his mouth and starts.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Is it delicious?
It did not look delicious. And then his mouth swelled.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was gross.
Here's some more science news. There seems to be a lot more going on around Uranus.
You're telling me.
Astronomers found another moon plus 2 more moons orbiting Neptune. Neptune now has 16 that we know of, and Uranus has 28.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think
I
that
refuse
they're
to call it Uranus.
Yeah, they are new. I think they've always known about because they have the James Webb telescope. They've had all. They
They're
have the
letting us
ability to
know.
see. Yeah,
They'll put it
yeah.
to you that way. They're letting us know.
Yeah, because you know why? Because some of those moons have water and the ability to sustain life,
Mm.
and they don't want to be like, we have neighbors just a couple planets down.
Yeah.
Delicious bugs.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten some sweet revenge after a bad breakup? Someone asked a bunch of women to name the pettiest revenge tactics they've ever used after a guy cheated on them. Here are some of the different highlights. The old clean the toilet with the toothbrush and put it
No.
back.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Who goes and gets their toothbrush after a breakup?
Cut the tips off all of their pants pockets. Their pockets don't work.
Hilarious.
Another woman said she cut the crotch out of every suit that the guy owned.
Ah, that's pretty
That's
good.
not cool. Stole every single one of his power cords, including the cord to the fridge.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that you're allowed to kill somebody.
yeah.
Stuffed raw fish into the curtain rods of his windows.
Ugh.
Never told him, so you
Yeah.
don't know where it's. You're like, it's coming from somewhere. I don't know. It smells like fish. He was a DJ who still used vinyl records, so she went through his massive collection and put. Well, she didn't scratch them, but she put all the records in different sleeves.
All right.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
So much
funny.
worse.
Yeah.
Woman was shoving the guy's clothes into a suitcase when her cat peed in it, so she zipped it up and didn't say anything. Just
Yeah.
left all the clothes in there with the
The
cat.
cat
peed.
knew. The cat knew.
They're ruined.
Put the cat there.
Let's see. And then requested multiple visits to the guy's house by various religious groups like Jehovah's Witnesses and request forms. She even wrote, I am a resistant person. Keep trying.
I never had a bad breakup like that. I had one bad breakup to the girl I was engaged to at one point, but only because she went nuts.
No comment for me.
Yeah.
No.
No need for
Yeah.
a comment from you.
Yeah.
How about this? A guy in Germany suffered a horrifying ordeal this week when his dog bit off his penis and ate it.
Oh!
The man is in
Well, you
serious.
got it in your mouth.
The man is in serious condition, but authorities expect him to pull through. They say the dog was about the size of a Jack Russell, so it was a small dog, but you know,
Small penis.
if it's aggressive,
Would anybody believe this? Or do they believe the guy was trying to get a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
dog, was
Weird
like, dog was like, I'm done with the peanut butter. Let me try this. A high school in New Mexico is being sued after a science teacher had his kids fight with actual swords to teach them about different types of metal.
Yeah.
A girl ended up with a serious gash on her wrist
too?
and needed surgery.
Well, you know.
Speaking of kids fighting, here's an online poll. I think there's a clear answer, but maybe you guys will guess differently than I did. Who would win in a fight, on average, a 70-year-old or a 13-year-old?
13-year-old.
70-year-old.
That's true. My dad's over 70. My dad would beat up a 13-year-old.
13.
On average, though, your dad's in good shape. Your dad was a corrections officer. He's a tough guy. I'm talking on average. If you think of all the 70-year-olds that you've seen, all the 13-year-olds, who do you think would win? Carmen says 70. Spanish says 70.
I think I'm going to go with 72.
70.
13.
13.
70.
I think I'd go 13.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if Joe is 70, which isn't too far away,
No.
He's 170.
I think there's a lot more feeble 70-year-olds than there are. They're not as many. They're not as many tough 70-year-olds as there are tough 13. 13's tough now.
Yeah.
13-year-olds.
That's
Yeah.
true. They're a lot bigger.
Some, not all.
Hormones.
yeah. I don't know. It'd be.
I think we should do that at the punch out.
Yeah.
It would definitely be interesting to see.
My
'Cause
son
you
was
know-
as tall as me when he was 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know that there's a lot of 13-year-olds that are like, God, that kid's 13. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But there's also a lot of tough-ass 70-year-olds
Yeah.
that are
But
like,
it's weird is that I feel like Joey at 13 would have been tough, but my father at 70 would still kick his ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really
That's
know.
an interesting poll.
Yeah, I just think a lot of 70-year-olds, though, you see a lot of people and you're like, that guy's only 70?
I
Jesus.
know.
In terrible shape, whatever.
Or
But
you do see some guys and you're like, that guy's 70?
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
that too, for sure. And there's 13-year-olds where you're like, look at this, they're going to flick them and they fall down.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So who knows?
I mean, Stallone was Stallone 76?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think he's even older than that, maybe.
I put him up against a lot of 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
How about this? Spanish, get excited.
Oh,
Today is National Peanut Butter Lovers Day.
I can't get the thought of that guy eating those bugs out of my mouth right now.
Don't be confused. Remember, in January, it was National Peanut Butter Day.
Yeah.
This is National Peanut Butter Lovers Day.
I got my GIF right here,
Yeah.
baby.
Take a big.
But you can,
No.
Two fingers.
I
Get
don't-
it.
Yeah.
Do it. Come on.
No.
2 fingers.
I don't want to get
One
one
bug.
knife
No.
thrown at
Yeah,
me.
one
Yep.
bug.
Head.
Everybody
you will.
knows
I
the
know.
rules.
I'm going to throw the knife
Do
at
it.
you.
Double
Do
All
it.
right, I'm
You
pulling
like
it
it.
away.
Hey,
I'm
you're,
pulling
hey,
it away.
hey,
Put
you're
it
not
all the
gonna
way
be
in
his
the back of
favorite.
your
You're not gonna be his favorite anyways.
He's right.
Listen,
I'm not going to be
I
your
got-
favorite.
Cool. I got 2 knives,
You do?
and I'm going to throw them both
If
at
he
I
you.
don't-
throws a knife at you, Spanish,
doing that.
I will go to court for you.
You will go to
and
court
say
for
that
me?
He threw a knife at you
Cool.
after you ate peanut butter.
Oh,
I'm really going to throw the knife at you.
I hope you don't.
He won't.
I dare you to do
Dare
it.
me
He
to.
won't throw a
Don't do
knife
it.
at you.
Dare me to.
Don't do it.
You think I won't throw this at you?
I
Yeah.
know you will.
You,
I
100%
know you will.
100%
He would
will.
not throw a knife.
100% I will.
You think he's going to throw a
You
knife
know
at you?
he knows I'm going to
By
throw
the
the
way,
knife at you.
gonna
Spanish,
throw
what time should we be at your house? Because this will be your house when you sue him
know
when he throws a knife at you.
you're in my house and you're committing a violation.
No.
Yeah.
It'll
It-
never
can I-
hold up in court.
I'm telling
Can
you.
I just smell it?
No.
It'll never hold up in
leave
court.
the cap on?
2 fingers.
Lick it.
Don't be a pussy.
Leave
A
the
little
cap on.
lick.
Just do it.
I just
I'm
want
the
really
rim.
going to throw
Do
this.
it.
Don't
I'm
throw it.
really going to throw this.
Spanish, can you imagine
Spanish,
in
I'm
court you
really
say
gonna throw
you
this.
say why did he throw a sharp knife at you because I was enjoying some peanut butter on
Because
National
he
Peanut Butter
told
Lovers
me
Day?
not to,
I just
and
want
I
a little
did it
bit.
anyway.
That's a
Doesn't
little
matter.
Don't-
He's not-
This is not a cat.
He's not your dad telling
back
you
on.
not to eat.
Put it
peanut
back
butter.
on.
It's on.
Get
It's
out
Put it
of
back
here.
It's
on.
on. It's
Listen,
on.
I will go.
If you don't stand up for yourself now,
Yeah.
you'll never be able
Listen
to.
to me.
Pussy.
I will throw this.
Carmen.
I will throw this.
You're the 13-year-old against the 70-year-old over here.
I'm telling you right now. I will throw this.
He won't.
You
will.
you could say, Your Honor, did he tell you he was going to throw it?
He
He
did.
said it
He did
many
numerous
times.
He's gonna throw it, Spanish,
Many
but you know he's
times.
gonna miss it.
No.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true. That's
Look,
true.
look, I'm willing
He
to roll the
won't throw
dice
it at
because I
you.
got
Can
2.
you imagine the
wanna-
damage
I got
it'll
two.
do?
Just a smell.
If he
You son of a
accidentally,
bitch.
if he
It's on.
accidentally
It's on.
nicks your jugular vein,
It's on.
Get out.
It's on.
here.
I don't want to, you know.
Wow.
My girlfriend is a nurse. She
you-
nursed me back to
Oh,
health.
Right?
boy.
Okay, cool. You wanted to nurse you back to health?
Good.
Here
Then
we
you
go.
just invited it.
No.
I
Do
heard
it.
No.
Do it.
Oh,
Okay.
Carmen, you're right.
Yeah.
He missed.
He missed, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Okay. You know why I got backups?
He threw like a feeble 70-year-old.
That's not true. Michael, don't listen to them.
Listen to me. I got more, and I will
do
throw
have
it.
more?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
many do you have?
I bought him
Many.
throwing knives one time.
He
It's
did.
on.
I
It's
got
on.
them. They're in the
Peanut
safe.
butter's on.
Like a dozen.
Spanish.
It's on.
Put it away.
It's on.
2 scoop. Big
Just
scoop.
take a lick.
2 fingers.
Come
Don't be a
on.
pussy.
Don't do it. Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
Fine.
Very disappointing.
Well,
Don't be
Very
disappointed in me. I
Yeah.
did exactly what I said I was going to do.
No, I'm
How can we
disappointed in him.
celebrate? Yeah, how can
Yeah.
we celebrate National Peanut Butter Lover Day without the only peanut butter lover?
You
know,
go celebrate
I
it
feel
on your
like-
own time.
I feel like this, there's some discrimination happening right now against peanut butter lovers.
I have to pee so bad. I don't know what to do.
I bet if I opened it, he wouldn't throw a knife at
Yeah,
me.
will you?
Oh,
Hold
no.
on.
He likes me.
Gio, please don't open it.
He
It's
sees
just
it.
not nearly as gross when you open it.
Yeah,
Yeah, see?
just pop it open. Just pop it open.
Stick your fingers in there, Gio.
See?
Yeah, see? There's
Not
no
so
knife
bad.
threats.
Can I just see it real quick?
Don't
No.
even. I swear to God.
What, you're going to throw it at him?
Oh, no.
Because
He
he's just
opened
looking
it.
at
He's
it.
opening it.
He opened
throw
it.
the
He
knife
did the
at
same thing Spanish did.
Gio, open it and put Spanish's fingers in there.
No.
I'm getting the bigger knife.
Don't do it. All right,
Uh-oh.
that one has a
Yeah.
hook on it for
Good.
some reason.
Yep.
What are you
Why
gonna-
would a knife have a hook on it?
You gonna spread peanut butter on it?
If he throws the knife, you should throw the peanut butter right back at him.
Oh, dude.
Hey,
Do that. Do that. Try that.
he throws a knife. You throw the peanut butter.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta pee
You
so
got your
bad.
knife in my
Can I
peanut
go
butter.
pee?
No.
I have to go pee so bad.
You gotta
Oh, yeah,
go.
We're in the
gotta
middle
pee.
of news.
You can't just leave.
It's very
I'm
important.
afraid I'm gonna pee my pants.
If you do
Uh,
leave, I'm going to eat this peanut butter.
You were talking about breakfast. You want breakfast? This month, IHOP is selling Girl Scout Thin Mint pancakes.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
I
yeah.
am in.
Oh, I
And they
like
say
that.
obesity is a problem in this
Oh,
country?
Yeah.
USA.
No.
Not a problem.
USA.
Not a problem. How about this? The booth from the season finale of The Sopranos is being sold on eBay. It's from a real New Jersey restaurant called Holston. Athens. As of last checked, it was at how much? How much you think? The
I
booth.
don't know. I
from
saw
The
that it went up, but I
Sopranos.
have no idea what the money was.
Booth from The Sopranos.
$100,000.
Nope.
Is that crazy?
Actually, lower than that.
Okay. Oh wow.
60 grand.
50.
Currently, it's at it was at 63,300. What is it at, Joe?
What? What are you talking
Oh,
about?
did I not? I'm sorry. I didn't. I thought I sent it to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
I have no idea.
Sheer panic. Terror.
Joe said, "What?" Let me see. Currently, it is at 63,500. So it
Damn.
went up $200.
Would you ever buy something like that?
No.
It's
No.
Where are
from
you
the
gonna
actual
put it?
set?
Listen to me. If somebody offered to give it to me, I would be like, I got nowhere to
You
put
could do it. Put it in here, and we could do the show and do
No,
podcasting
no.
from it.
Good.
Or
I
something.
hope you end the same way they did.
Oh my God!
I'm surprised something like that wouldn't go to like in the Smithsonian or something.
Right, that's
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
belongs.
you would
Yeah.
think.
What?
They have a lot of that stuff. There's a whole wing of pop culture
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
that's
like
cool.
Fonzie's
I Love
jacket and all
Lucy.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I-
belongs there.
Remember the Fire Fest? Billy
Oh, my
McFarland says
God.
Fire Festival 2 has already made $110 million in
Idiots.
pre-sale
Yeah,
tickets.
but you have to though. Like it's such a big deal,
It's a
and
gimmick
it's
now.
going to be great now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no way this one could fail.
That's wild. Here's one of the quotes for the Times. Just a few weeks before his death, Richard Lewis told People magazine that he was doing, quote, doing quite well.
Oh,
Well, what are you
boy.
gonna say? Oh, I'm dying.
Doing quite well.
It's all over, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys know Jake Paul is fighting this weekend?
No.
Yeah, Saturday night, Jake Paul is boxing again. He's going to face another pro boxer, Ryan Borland. The fight takes place on the undercard of Amanda Serrano against Nina Meinke.
All right.
It's happening in Puerto Rico tomorrow night. It'll air on DAZN worldwide.
See, you know what I see about this is I see Jake Paul as being a real boxer now because now he's just taking fights
Yeah.
to take fights like a boxer
Yeah.
would, you know. Whereas he's not trying to fight just athletes and he's taking a real boxing match.
Yeah, this guy is a boxer who hasn't boxed for a couple years. He was kind of done in 2022, I think, but he's fighting him. But Amanda Serrano is one of Jake's fighters.
I
So
love
she
her.
is a
Yeah.
she's good.
She's a great
And she's
fighter.
good, but she's gonna be headlining the card.
She's
so.
got the discs.
Yeah, she's she's Puerto Rican, I think, which is probably why they're fighting over there.
Hey, you figured it out.
Yeah, alrighty.
And then finally in news, here is some things to look forward to in March. Daylight savings time. Daylight saving time, not savings. Daylight saving time starts out. I know I said it.
You said it.
I
you
did.
said it.
I-
I thought it was daylight savings too.
It's daylight saving time.
Yeah.
It starts up again on Sunday, March 10th. So you'll lose an hour of sleep that night, but it'll begin staying light out later.
I'll be coming back from the Bahamas that day.
That would be cool.
The Oscars are going down in March. They're happening on March 10th. Jimmy Kimmel is hosting again.
Is he
got-
really?
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
March Madness begins on March 19th.
I thought the Oscars happened already.
I know.
did.
Feels like it, right?
What was the Joe Coy thing? That's the People's Choice Award, the Golden
Emmys?
Globes.
Golden
Globes, yeah.
And then this is with Barbie and Oppenheimer and all that. All right,
Yeah.
garbage.
Major League Baseball opening day is March 28th this year. All 30 teams will be playing that day. Movies, Spanish, Dune 2 opens in
Yeah.
theaters today. Kung Fu Panda's coming out. Godzilla. What is
Kung
it?
Fu Panda 1 is one of my favorite movies.
It's
Great.
great.
Yeah.
Same.
The new Godzilla movie coming out.
This is a new Godzilla
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, they said it's the best one yet.
Let me guess. The Godzilla burns
Nope.
buildings down?
Yeah.
Fire.
Bus
The,
throws it back down.
Roadhouse remake with Jake Gyllenhaal hits Amazon on March 21st.
Oh, that's too far away. I want to see that. I'm ready for that now.
And then let's see what's
The
some of other
Ghostbusters,
stuff.
the new Ghostbusters movie comes out this month.
Ugh.
No?
When is the Smoking the Bandit movie coming out?
I know, thanks, Gio.
Joe says to us during the break, somebody said something about a movie, and he goes, "Did you see the new Smokey and Bandit remake?" And we're all like, "What? No, we haven't heard about this." And so I go, "What is it, Joe?" And he goes, "They already have a cast, and it looks great and everything."
It does.
And I go, "I haven't heard of it." Gio's like, "I haven't heard of it." So I Googled news, and I put in Smokey and the Bandit. Like, there's an article from like 2022 where they said they were working on a series.
2020.
Yeah.
Was it 2020? Yeah. And then there was like a fan-made trailer. And
What do you
everything.
think Joe saw that made him think
Smokey
that?
and the Bandit?
Yeah.
Or like just a regular
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, and he was like, Burt Reynolds is in this?
He came up to Galvin like suggestion for news. Like, hey man, did we talk about Smoking the Bandit on the air?
You know what? The worst.
All
What
right.
did you see, Joe?
I did. I saw the trailer, but it was for the TV series, not the movie.
Well, what is the TV series?
The TV series is the
Smokey
is
and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit.
That they talked about in 2020 that hasn't
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't
happened.
come out yet.
So probably not.
So
It's
maybe it
really
is relevant.
No, it's not even in production. It was
No.
rumored to be happening.
Not even in production.
So then,
you're
what
saying.
did he see?
There is
Who
there. I
knows?
saw some
It's
production
not
footage.
production. We
Yes,
looked
I
it
did.
up. All
Okay.
three of us looked it up.
They're producing
It was
right
from
now.
the TV show. It's not from the movie.
Yeah, but what did you see though?
That
You
I
said you
saw
saw
production
something where they
video.
were.
A still video? or-
I saw them like chasing cars down the road. They
Yeah.
were, they were.
Michael, they're moving pictures.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the Dukes of Hazzard?
No, Mm-mm. no.
Oh.
Smokey
That's
the
a
Bandit.
good old boy.
How about this? Oh, and the other thing, of course, March is St. Patty's Day, which falls on a Sunday this year. So
Yeah.
whatever. Elizabeth Hurley has a girl-on-girl sex scene in her upcoming movie, Strictly Confidential.
What's she? I mean, like that's old lady lesbian.
Yeah,
stuff.
but
she's
she
so
still
hot.
looks
She's gorgeous.
fantastic. Does this make it weird? Elizabeth Hurley has a girl-on-girl sex scene in her upcoming movie that was written by her 21-year-old son.
Yeah, very weird. Very weird. Very weird. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't
Someone
wanna
has
watch.
mommy issues.
Now, mommy, you kiss this other lady.
I mean, you say blah blah, but how many guys are watching that on YouTube
Yeah.
or you porn
I'd
or whatever
watch
it
it,
is?
yeah.
Oh no, but it's weird that he wrote the movie and has his mom kissing another lady. Yeah,
Yeah.
but if it's on, you know.
I'm not saying anybody should do this, but there is a subreddit dedicated to like deep fake AI celebrity porn, and she has a couple. And I'm just saying,
Really?
yeah, it's just so
See,
unbelievable.
nothing's hotter to me
and-
than the reluctant Julianne Moore and Amanda Seyfried. That's hot.
Yeah.
That's older, younger lady hot stuff.
Can I tell you who is the hottest in the world right now?
Give
and
it.
it's so against my normal thing. Like I'm not normally a guy that likes like just regular American-looking girls. Sydney Sweeney is
oh
so
yeah,
hot,
yeah,
so hot.
yeah. She was. Did you watch Euphoria?
No, but I did see
Dude.
the scene out of Euphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I when I went to LA, I ran into Catherine Blanford. She was at the Improv that night I was there. And she goes, I just came in from the airport, and the whole way back I flew and I sat next to Sydney Sweeney. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that to
super
me.
hot.
Follow it up. You guys went to the bathroom at the
Yeah,
same time?
yeah.
What's going on? man?
Something's happening.
Euphoria was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Zendaya is amazing.
Yeah, you guys love those high
Yeah, it
school
was great.
dramas.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, but I did love me some Glee.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Finally, news: Big Fat Oprah, not really fat anymore, head still fat. She's leaving Weight Watchers board of directors after being a member since 2015. Why is she leaving?
Because she bought a bunch of land almost illegally in Hawaii.
No,
Oh.
she is leaving because she announced a few months ago that she's been using a weight loss drug, like
yeah.
Ozempic or Wegovy or any of those, whatever. Weight Watchers executive says that Oprah will donate all of her stock to the National Museum of African American History and Culture. It was valued at around $18 million, which she laughs at. She's like, where did I put that $18 million?
She's not going to give it to all the families in Hawaii she displaced? That's crazy.
She'll buy more land with it.
Interesting that you bring that up because I was thinking about it the other day as people jump on you on social media like Spanish makes no sense or what he says. Like Tony Tony sent me some pictures that you said inflation was the highest it's ever been. And he sent me, I don't even remember you saying that.
Right.
What Tony doesn't realize is we ignore most of the things that
Right.
you say. But he sent me a chart, and he's like, "These are things that are clearly easy to look up," and he's wrong. And he brought up like 5 times where inflation's been higher than it is now. But anyway, that kind of stuff you say, we just
Right.
let you being crazy. But when you bring up the Oprah and the buying the land in Hawaii, and all that secret stuff that's happening, it's happening.
Yeah,
That's real. You
it's
can go
true.
look that up.
Yeah.
And you're like, how does Oprah get to
Yeah.
buy that land? I mean, that's
Yeah.
stuff that
I
is
find
interesting to me.
People like Tony, they like to latch on to the little things that are obviously, I'm not looking up to know the exact numbers of inflation.
Well, you
because-
sometimes spew out things as if they're facts.
Well, that's fine, but they do that because then when it comes to the real stuff, they can easily go, oh, well, he was wrong about that, so I'm not even going to bother with this stuff. When the truth is that...
Because I think most people would rather just bury their head.
Yeah, for sure, and Tony's definitely one of those people.
Wow, you just called it my
100%.
agent an ostrich.
Yeah.
Since Oprah's announcement that she's leaving Weight Watchers, the share price has dropped. It's an effort to, quote, eliminate any perceived conflict of interest around her taking weight loss medication and then her being on the board and all that stuff.
Do you know that if she was on a Weight Watchers diet, which I don't think anybody ever believed that she was, I mean, she's a woman who's got private chefs.
Yeah.
If she was on a Weight Watchers diet and she took Ozempic, who would be mad at her?
Not me.
Well, they said, like, the article said, like, that's what it's made for. Weight Watchers and Ozempic, they're both made to be paired with
Right.
a proper
Ozempic-
diet or you know what I mean? So
I've taken Ozempic. It didn't do anything for me. I mean, it did kind of make me feel a little nauseous when I ate, but it didn't stop me from eating. And everybody's like, "Oh, it cut your cravings down." It didn't. I'd eat 10 pancakes right now. You know what I mean? But if you were on a diet and you're like, all right, I'm sticking to 1,500 calories a day, and you're taking the Ozempic to help that, who's mad at you?
Well,
Yeah.
first off, I don't care. Oprah can eat shark's face for all I care if that makes her lose
Very
weight.
nutritious.
Just
You know
don't
what I
eat
mean?
bugs.
But what I'm saying is, if you're pitching something, if you're saying here, what you have to do is do Weight Watchers and blah blah blah, and you don't say anything about this weight loss drug that you're on, and they're like, look at Oprah, she's losing all this weight
Right.
on just the Weight Watchers thing, then it's a little bit of a
Right.
you know,
Then I
Yeah.
think it would have been smarter if they said, hey, let's team up with Ozempic
sure.
and do a Weight Watchers program where we give
Just
you
pour
the
a
thing and you put it right on your
yeah,
salad.
You get your Weight Watchers meal, your little meatloaf, whatever, and pour a little Ozempic on it.
I know a guy who was really obese
Yeah,
and had weight loss surgery,
right.
and it saved his life, and he looked good, and he did good. Then he went on to go into magazines and say that he did it by working out and all that stuff. That is the scummiest thing you can do. And those magazines should have been more responsible for doing the research on it. That you can't do. What Oprah was doing, I don't think is a problem.
Yeah, I agree with that.
if you're not
Especially-
coming forward
Yes.
But she is coming forward.
now,
She is saying, look, she's like, I lost a bunch of weight on Weight Watchers. Then I started taking Ozempic, and now I'm losing double the
Yeah.
weight with Weight
But-
Watchers and Ozempic.
but do you think she would have came forward if it wasn't in the news that she was taking Ozempic? Like
Yes.
if no,
Yes,
you-
because I think she would have. She's smart enough as a businesswoman to know if I don't say this now, it's going to come back and bite
But
me.
it was coming out. I'm saying, like, if we didn't know Ozempic, think about 10 years ago when Ozempic was on the market, but we as the common people, we didn't
Oh, you're
know.
saying she was taking it then?
No, I'm just saying, let's say that was the fact, and she was taking it, and she wasn't saying anything.
It would be not right. It would
Right.
It would not be right.
But the only reason why she's saying anything is because after the last award show, everyone was commenting how good she looked, and that like they were passing around the pizza, and she passed on it, and they were like, "Oh, that's an Ozempic move."
I wonder if Weight Watchers considers Ozempic a competitor because they're
Probably.
That's a good
Weight
question.
Watchers.
Oh yeah,
They're-
any weight loss.
yeah,
thing
they're there to
is
make money.
absolutely,
You know what I mean?
absolutely, yeah, for sure. But it's also, yeah, if you're sitting there, if you had surgery and then you're like, yeah, diet and proper exercise is the way to go, and blah blah blah, and they're like, you got surgery, dum dum, we know it.
Yeah.
Like Bobby for the first week after he got his
Yeah.
done. That is it for news.
All right, Galvin. Thank you.
Got it.
What?
I know you have to go to the bathroom. That's
So
Thank
bad.
You.
You have no
Thank you,
idea.
Galvin.
I'm trying to make it like I'm not rushing out of here. Hey, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll
What
talk.
do you
I
guys
got a
think?
piece
Take
of
a
it.
break now?
Oh, Jesus. It's so bad. I literally have it cinched off right now.
Oh no.
We'll take a quick
Real
break.
quick,
It's-
one more
what?
thing.
Okay.
Go ahead. Before you were rudely interrupted by Spanish, you said you were very excited about the.
I'm very excited about the cruise because I have a cruise coming up next weekend, and it's forcing me to look further into our
Sure,
cruise.
yeah.
Like I try not to
Yeah.
think about it
The
because
Superior, you're thinking about the Superior cruise.
Yeah, dude.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest and awkward at the same time. I'm going on a cruise with kids that Joey went to school with for 4 years, and their parents,
Uh-huh.
and I know none of their parents.
Oh, man.
I've met them once or twice, but like I have no relationship with any of them. Weird is that John Brennan is also going to be on this cruise.
That is weird.
I think I'm going to find myself seeking out and hanging out with John Brennan
Oh
more
yeah.
than anything.
Yeah.
Like I am not again. Like there's a couple of Joey's friends that have dads that I met that were very nice, but I never hung out with them before. I just
Right.
met them in passing.
So
So I'm not
this
going to be like their best friend on the cruise.
This is an opportunity for you to make new friends.
But no, because Joey's graduating. I don't ever have to talk to these guys again.
I know, but you talk about you don't have any friends. Here's an opportunity. This is
Nah.
why you don't have any friends because you don't.
But here's the deal.
Accept opportunities.
Some
the
of those
universe is letting you know you need more friends, and they're trying to give it to you.
Some of these guys that are going may be younger than me, but in my mind, they're all old dudes. They're all old dads. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
They're not young and cool like you.
right.
Yeah.
They're not hip like me.
They're not athletic.
Yeah. They're probably going to be wearing polo shirts and khaki shorts,
Is
not
it,
shirts with no sleeves like this guy with tattoos.
is it just John Brennan or is John Brennan's brother going?
John Brennan and I don't really know like his wife and his family and then their friends. It's a friend's
John Brennan's
kinda
brother's
cruise.
wife?
John
Brennan's
Brennan
brother's
wife. Right, John Brennan's brother's wife.
John Brennan's brother's wife.
I don't know. I don't know, but it's just we're not going. We didn't know. We just found out we were both going on the.
Wouldn't it have been great if you didn't know until you were on the cruise?
Yeah.
And you like went into the coffee place and you're like, John Brennan.
Yeah.
What the hell's John Brennan doing here?
I'd have been
Does
like,
nobody
You're
work
like the wrong cruise.
I'd be like, that can't be him. That'd be insane.
You'd be like, that looks like a trash John Brennan, and then it's John Brennan.
Look at this garbage John Brennan looking like it.
Low rent.
John, you're live on the air.
Hi, hello.
Hi. I was just talking about it. I was explaining to these guys that we were going on a cruise together next week.
Yes, yeah, I'm excited.
Who are you
I
going
was
with?
excited to find out you were going. My family, and then a few of the other boring baseball dads.
No.
But I've met those people. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're cool. We'll,
All right.
we'll
Now-
be cooler than your kids' friends' dads.
Oh, you were listening. Okay, good. So I was
Yes,
going
I'm
to say, can I hang out with you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't want you to be like, oh, I got to hang out with him now because he's here. You know.
Well,
what
I mean, I'm sure we'll do some family stuff too, but I mean, I'm gonna. It's a.
Oh, you know
cruise.
me. I love the kids.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm gonna. Hopefully, they'll stay at the kids zone as much as possible. But
See if you can hang out with Megan.
Yeah, I'd love to hang out with Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the funk.
you can hang out with Megan. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. Good. I just wanted to make sure it was cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. These guys might. They may be awesome to hang out with, or they may not want to hang out with me. I don't know.
We all might make new friends. Like I'm optimistic.
Oh, John's swinging. John's swinging.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. Good for
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
John.
Where
Yeah.
the pineapples, John?
Yeah,
Yeah.
John. Yeah,
Baseball
get the
dads.
loofah going. Get the loofah going.
Show me your fastball.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right, John. Well, I'll see you on our cruise, our swingers cruise.
I can't wait.
Yep. All right. Later. There you go.
Who is going? Is it just you and your son?
No, me and Amanda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. I'm gonna get to hang out with her.
So you can swing.
Well, with Megan and John. Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
I think that works for John. I mean, I think that works for Amanda. John's good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm down.
Let's go ahead and round third base.
Yeah.
With baseball dads.
That would
All right.
really make the next contract negotiation weird. Charlie Belcher, I'd swing with him and his wife.
yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't want Charlie touching my wife.
Oh.
I just want to bang into her. No, no swinging.
You want to see the world's biggest cookie?
Yeah. That's Charlie's line. That's Charlie's line. When he goes, you guys want to see the world's biggest cookie? Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I listen. In all honesty, I don't think that I could ever stomach anybody like doing that, or even knowing that it's happening in the other room. You know what I mean? Speaking of swingers, though, I heard Mitch Fatel has a new special coming up on YouTube this week.
Oh yeah.
I love Mitch.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything from Mitch for a while.
Mitch moved to Arkansas. Mitch's
Career really taking off?
well, that's the thing. His wife, he has a kid now. His wife, I think, is from there. His dad or his parents passed away,
Oh.
and I think he got a bunch of money. And I think he moved to her area and just kind of was concentrating on being a dad for a little while and raising the kid and all that. But they were still doing the swinger stuff. And I don't know, but me and Gary Cannon were talking about it a couple weeks ago. And now it looks like Mitch has a new special, and the new special will be on YouTube, and it comes out on Friday.
Hell yeah.
I'd like that because I find Mitch to be very
Yeah,
funny. One
so
of
do
my
I.
favorite friends of the show,
Yeah.
but also I find him to be very funny.
He's so sweet.
Today, Friday, or next coming
I
up
think
Friday?
today, Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sorry. I didn't keep
Do
forgetting
we
today,
know, is Gary Cannon coming on the cruise?
Friday. He is not coming on the
Aw.
cruise. Gary Cannon. God, I want to say so badly why Gary Cannon can't go on the cruise.
Well, he told me something that I thought was a joke. He said, no, I'm totally serious. And I think
Say it.
he said, he messaged me about me doing work with the Humane Society. And he goes, that's so awesome. He goes, I wish I could do more. And I'm like, yeah. I go, it's fun, you know. And he goes, I have 13 dogs. And I go, you have 13 dogs? And he goes, yeah, it's why I got divorced. And I said, ha. And he goes, no, I'm serious. I got divorced. I have 13 dogs.
Jesus.
I can't imagine
Oh
there's
my
13 dogs.
god.
He said he has 13 dogs. He said it was. I'm 13 may be an exaggeration. It may be like 10. It was a lot of dogs. And he said that was the reason he got divorced.
Pretty
Was
sure there's a more important reason why he got divorced.
dogs.
I met his dog while I was in LA.
Yeah. What's up, dog?
Oh,
What up,
really?
dog? Yeah.
What's his name?
So it's official?
What? I didn't say that.
Hmm.
I'm not
Is
saying
that
nothing.
was that the thing
What's
that you
official?
weren't gonna say?
Don't say
What?
it. Don't say it.
What? I'm not saying anything.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't. It's so weird.
Gary on the kick drum.
Come on the kick drum. No, maybe not, Gary. I don't know what to say because obviously you know what we're hinting at, what we're saying. some of you people don't even know who Gary is, and you don't care. But what I'm saying is that it's like the worst kept secret in the world. But it's not my job, not my position to say that Gary's gay. I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna say anything.
Don't say
Yeah,
it.
don't
say it.
That'd be really
All
bad.
I know is he's another one that's got vampire blood.
Yeah.
I've known that guy 20 years, well, 15 years or so, and he is not aged at all. He looks exactly the same.
It's terrifying.
Yeah. Well, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
LA.
if that was
Yeah.
the case.
They proved that has anti-aging properties in it.
What does?
Send that article to my wife.
You know.
I
I know. You almost made me say it.
How do you know that Spanish?
What? I read it. I read it on
Reddit?
Yep.
Reddit.
It wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't on Reddit. It was in a Men's Health magazine.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, there was a study that men and women that do that more age slower.
Yeah.
What's your excuse?
Joe, you look great.
Thanks.
Carmen,
Yes.
where is Chad coaching at?
Chamberlain High School.
Okay. I don't want
Yeah.
to say anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he was a part of that.
He was?
Yeah.
He was a part of it?
Yeah.
Oh, now we have to talk about it.
Oh, no.
He-
Part of what?
He
There was
was
a big fight at the school yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
From like off.
Parents?
No. It was adults though.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what you know.
So I will tell you. So before school, there is a group of young kids, I guess, and they are just trying to be some tough guys, and they've been trying to pick fights. Well, yesterday before school, they jumped another student at the bus stop, and that carried over into school hours with the adults of the kid that had got jumped. And so there was like a big mass brawl, basically, and Chad had to step in and help break it up with some of the grown men that were up there.
A lot of
So,
people
yeah.
were arrested.
Yeah, a lot of people were arrested. A lot of kids were expelled. And it's crazy because, like, in Chamberlain, there are mainly a lot of female teachers. So it could have been a lot worse. But they were all, like, praising, singing Chad's praises for being there to help out. And
You couldn't even tell he was scared or shocked. No eyebrows. No idea what was going on.
You just looked so matter of
it's like,
fact.
all right.
Wow.
Police officer actually arrested one of the kids for stealing Chad's eyebrows.
no, that's not.
He said clearly there is a theft here.
You cannot get arrested for that.
Yeah,
That poor kid. Stephanie, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. What's up, Stephanie? Hello. Stephanie?
By the way, that's a B&E. Bald eyebrows.
No.
Stephanie, I know you're there. I can hear your car.
Stephanie. Stephanie. Steph.
Hey, Steph.
Stephanie.
Hey, Steph. All right. Well, just tell me. Just tell me.
Diddy drama.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just going to ask you about that. So P. Diddy, Puff Daddy,
Yeah.
Sean Combs, they say that he is now has the seventh person to come out against him?
Yes, but the big news right now is someone that is very close to him in the music industry is suing him. And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry and that he was being used by powers that be that were also controlling the same stuff that Epstein was doing. And it has ties to the Jewish mob, Clive Davis.
But I think
Springsteen.
the thing that Diddy was doing, the difference with Epstein had young girls, so he was compromising people with young girls. Diddy, I believe, was compromising with gay stuff.
Yeah. And his house, they have on
Wait, so you're saying I'm a little confused.
Okay.
Did he do gay? Or did
That's
he
what
do
they say.
Yeah.
did he do blackmail?
So the
He
story
did a gay blackmail.
Yeah,
Yes.
the story is that the person who helped him create Def Jam Records when he was 24
No.
is his life partner. Yes.
Diddy didn't create Def Jam.
Yeah, he did.
No, he
No,
didn't.
bad boy.
Bad boy, whatever.
Bad boy. It was a big difference.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
You're
why
like-
Tony doesn't believe you.
You're no kidding. You're like, yeah, no, he did. He did.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of information.
Well, that's the main fact in this
No,
situation.
it's not. It's
Of
the
course it
record
is.
label.
You
Anyway,
just-
P. Diddy's gay.
can I get on with the story, please?
No, because now I doubt all of your information.
Well, I sent you the video if you want to check it out for yourself.
Get on with your story.
I'm trying to look it up now because now you're,
you
jumping
just
down
told
everything I
me
say.
to talk about it, and now you're not prepared to talk about
I
it?
am prepared, but you're being very unreasonable.
In his defense, he messed up the record label name, but that is not the biggest part of the story. The
No.
biggest part of the
But
story.
I'm saying he messed up the record label and then insisted that it was right. I go, he didn't start Def Jam, and he goes, yes, he did.
Whatever.
Gonna get the knife back out.
Oh.
Now I'm trying to look it up because now I don't feel comfortable
Well, it's
talking
okay.
about it.
We'll wait for you.
Yeah. So who started Def Jam record or Bad Boy Records? All
Again.
right, I corrected myself.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I just did.
Yeah. I
Tensions
don't believe anything you say.
You don't have
tensions
to.
are high.
It's cool. Take it down.
I am. I'm taking my time trying to figure this out. Thought it was
I can't believe you gave Mike the whatever.
because just focusing on the wrong thing.
It's not the wrong thing. If
The
you
wrong
say,
thing.
if you make a,
Yeah, it's Clive Davis.
shut your goddamn mouth.
Whoa.
If you say the wrong thing as a major fact, and then I correct you, and then you insist that I'm wrong and you're wrong, how could the rest of the story have any credibility?
Easily because it's one thing of involving a huge story. This isn't even the best part. This is just the beginning.
Okay, so if you sit here and you tell me that Diddy started Def Jam and then went and banged a bunch of dudes, I go, okay, the guy he started Def Jam with, Rick Rubin? Are you saying Rick Rubin's gay?
No.
No. Now you're going back to Clive Davis.
That's
and that's an entirely different situation. So
Right.
if you don't get the first couple of facts right, how can I believe anything else you say?
didn't let me finish. You immediately jumped on the Def Jam Bad Boy thing instead of letting me get to the Clive Davis
because
part.
you were saying wrong stuff.
If you would have just let me get to the Clive Davis part, then you would have gone like, oh, he
but
meant,
do you
he
know
meant Bad
how
Boy,
many
not
people
Def
in our
Jam.
listening audience are saying he didn't start Def Jam? This guy doesn't know
And
what he's
then
talking about.
when I said Clive Davis, they would have said, "Oh, he meant Bad Boy Records." I'm going to listen to the rest of
Okay,
it because that's
let's-
not even the best part.
Let's start from the beginning.
Right?
Spanish, tell me what you got.
P Diddy started Bad Boy Records with Clive Davis at 24 years old.
Yeah. Now, Clive Davis, not 24 years
Right.
old, very old, very bisexual.
Yes, and he came out obviously. So they're saying that they've been a couple this whole time.
Diddy and Clive Davis?
Yeah,
Wild.
which is why all the people in the rap industry keep accusing Diddy of being gay. So in this court case, they found out that Diddy has cameras and microphones in all the rooms in his house, and they would throw parties where they would have underage people. They were spiking their drink. Now, this is all alleged in the lawsuit. They were spiking drinks, and he has a bunch of influential people from politicians to rap artists to executives all on camera engaging in these activities. They had pictures of a murder involved in the lawsuit. They have a bunch of they named rap.
And this is why Diddy owns a building in New York?
Yeah.
And I don't know the guy's name, and I don't know whether it's credible, but I'm going to tell you what I saw. I saw an interview with a guy who said that another guy who was already famous, and this guy was coming up, he said that the guy told him, he goes, hey, listen, get out of here. Because in a couple hours, these parties get wild, and you don't want to be here. You
Really?
don't want to be involved in this.
That guy's name, R.
And
Kelly.
but he was like looking out for this guy. He was like, he knew what happens. He knew about the spiking the drinks. He knew about them doing so. You want to be a big star. This is what you got to do. Then you do that. Then they have it on tape, and they go, now you have to do this because otherwise we're going to show everybody what you did here.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
there's a bunch of videos of P. Diddy with young artists saying he's at boot camp at my house for the weekend, and Justin Bieber
Yeah.
and a
Maybe
couple
he
of
meant-
other
Maybe
and
he meant butt camp.
basically. But you can see these kids, they're are very uncomfortable, and Diddy's standing behind them with his hands on their shoulder while they're doing this video, and the kids are like, yeah, it's great here, so much fun, and it's just very uncomfortable. But there's multiple artists that these videos
Wouldn't he
are
threaten
these
to
videos.
blackball them from the industry? Like, listen,
Yeah.
Basically, yeah,
Did you say
I'm not gonna
blackball
help
them?
you.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
did you say blackball them?
Yeah, because if Clive Davis and,
You're out.
and Diddy are the most influential people in the rap industry right now, and then it gets into they have documents that show that the CIA wrote lyrics for a lot of the rap songs.
What?
Yeah,
Come
bro.
on. To
I
incite
swear to
stuff?
God, yeah.
Listen. Up
You can
until
look all this up
yesterday,
yourself.
listen to me. Up until yesterday, I would have thought that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But check this out. I heard, you know the conspiracy about Jackson Pollock, the painter?
No.
You know that?
I've heard stuff, yeah.
Jackson Pollock, they say, was a garbage painter. All he did was throw paint on top of each other. But they would take his paintings and they would write about them, and they would make him seem like he was such a fantastic artist with all this depth and stuff because they were competing with Russian art. And the CIA would do that to try and put the American art ahead of the Russian art.
Yeah.
And I thought, even if that's not true, that's enough to make me go, oh, wow, that's really,
Yeah.
I don't know about anything.
It's crazy.
I will.
You were raising your hand. Like,
Oh, no.
you can just talk, Joe.
No, I was just itching.
I will tell you this: I've never really been a fan of Diddy, although I do think he's a good actor. Like he's been in a lot of stuff that we like as far as an actor goes. But Making the Band was a great show.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that
Yeah.
show. But now to think that those kids were probably getting raped by people
Yeah.
makes it
Maybe not so
sad.
great.
But
They didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about all the interviews that Kanye West did and Cat Williams where they sound crazy, but then you go back and listen to them and they were
They're just
talking
outing
about
people.
all this. Yeah.
Kanye seems to me that his head has seen so many bad things and done so many bad things that it's just going to explode at any minute.
Yeah.
And I believe some of the stuff he says, and I even understand why he, why people get it. It's not justifiable, but I understand why he's mad at the Jewish
Yeah.
people and the entertainment industry. The same way if your parents were killed by if you're black and your parents were killed by a white guy, you'd be sketchy of white people,
He points to Meyer Lansky specifically being the head of that mob, and
And he ain't lying about that.
and he created sexual blackmail. That was Meyer Lansky's thing, and how they got court documents from that time era. And it's crazy how it has trickled down into the music industry and other industries, like what Epstein was doing. And
How do you
they
think I
just-
got this job?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But yeah, so I posted a couple videos. I sent them to you where they go deeper into all the actual filings of this lawsuit, where they name names and all that. And it's wild to think that Kanye West and Cat Williams were a little more accurate than we would give them credit for, because they get labeled as crazy.
Well, it's not just crazy. Like, look at Kanye. He's walking around wearing a
Yeah.
ninja outfit.
Yeah.
And then
He
you got
doesn't do
Cat
himself
Williams,
like
and
that.
he's like, let me tell you about
Yeah.
P. Diddy. And you're
Yeah.
like, how am I supposed to take this old lady seriously?
But wouldn't it be crazy if the majority of the actors and entertainment artists in that field were being blackmailed, and the only ones that rose to prominent places of power had to engage in
Like
in
The Rock.
gay set? Yeah, dude.
can I tell you that makes perfect sense whenever you see some of these people that come out with movies and you go, what is he doing that movie
Yeah.
for? Mark Wahlberg, something's going on with him.
Yeah.
Because he's doing some terrible movies.
I'm not going to do gay stuff, but I'll let you touch my abs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Jesus doesn't like gay people, so I'm not going to do gay stuff.
And like I said, they have him tied in now with FTX, which was that we found was also getting funded by Epstein.
Follow the money, as my
Yeah,
friend
dude,
Carmen
it all
said.
ties together. And I don't want to say what government agencies, because they're big government agencies.
3
Listen.
letters.
Yeah.
Listen, when you say the CIA wrote rap lyrics, I laugh at you, and then I hear that Jackson Pollock story, and I go, well,
Yeah.
they kind of, if they have it.
Well, they in this lawsuit, they allege that the CIA wrote more than one song.
Which songs? I want to know which
I
songs
don't-
the CIA. You thinking of MIA?
I don't know. No. But I
the
love her.
airplane, the
But I
paper
love her.
airplane song.
Yeah, but I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, that the CIA has way more ties with that kind of stuff, and they just have used Diddy and Clive Davis to pull the strings and manipulate generations
Artists.
of people. Yeah,
Let me ask you this though, and this is a pretty logical question. I
Okay.
think. So you're telling me, like, okay, one time, this lady emailed me on Facebook, and she was like, "I want to send you video of me doing stuff," and I was like, "Okay," and she sent me video of her pleasuring herself ferociously. And then she was like, now I want you to do it. And I was like, But by the way, I'm doing this all on the air. She's writing to me. I'm talking about it. And I was like, no. And then when I talked about it on the air, people was like, that's a scam that they do. And when you send it back to them, they have your video. And now they said they're going to send it to your whole contact list if you don't send the money. And I was like, so send it to my contact list. I don't care. And they were like, yeah, but your parents are on there or whatever. I go, well, if my parents are going to open up a video that says Mike masturbating on it, that's on them. And then Jim Norton, this happened to him. And Jim Norton was like, yeah, you've got the one guy that doesn't care at all. and I thought, yeah. So, but my question is that where's the one guy in the entertainment industry who's like, yeah, I don't care if the world knows I'm gay. Where's the Jussie Smolletts of the world?
Lil Nas X.
Show it. Yeah,
Lil
but
Nas X is
show it.
yeah. Well, they don't.
Like, what do you think is going to happen if one of these guys says no, and they're going to go, well, we have you on tape, have it at this sex party. Cool, the sex party that P. Diddy threw that
Yeah.
people are going to ask me about. Go ahead, show it.
Then you
But
get
yeah, now the
blacklisted. Yeah, and then
But
you're
But also the problem is, okay, so he's doing gay stuff, but he's doing gay stuff with someone who's underage. So now it's not a problem that he's doing gay stuff. Now it's the problem that they're all underage. That's how they get them not to talk, because now you could be in serious trouble.
Well, but you know what? It's a bigger story to say, I was forced into this party. Clive Davis made me do this stuff with people and then threatened me afterwards, and I don't know what to do.
But who's going to believe that?
Yeah.
Well, but I'm
you
saying
do it more than
one
once.
person out of all these people that are supposed to be involved, not one person's come forward and said,
Kanye West,
"Oh yeah,"
Cat
and then
Williams.
they make them look stupid.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You just make them look crazy, and then they can't make money doing anything anymore.
And the culture of that music is very anti-homosexual, and then they get him to do that, and then they rap more about being anti that, and it just creates this cycle and this image of that whole culture, and it just is.
And back to the CIA, like writing rap songs, a lot of artists have come out to say like their labels won't put out songs unless it has a bunch of
CIA logo.
No, unless they're talking about a lot of illegal activities, drugs, gun, partying, this and that. Like there's a type of lifestyle that they're pushing through this music.
Mm-hmm.
And if they come out with like a love ballad, a lot of the labels won't let them put it out because it does not go with that agenda.
Yeah. That's what happened to Two Live Crew. They would not let them put that love ballad out.
It was
I don't
a great
know.
love ballad.
This is a very interesting theory, and
Well, this is all in the lawsuits, so
yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that's accused in a lawsuit doesn't mean it's true.
Well, I guess in New York, the person in the video that I was watching was saying that a lawyer can't put these type of accusations in a lawsuit without them having evidence to back it up, or else it'd be disbarred.
100% not true.
Well, I don't know
but
that
I can
to
tell
be the
you
case.
because in lawsuits that I've been involved with, there's been an entire scenario and timeline created that in accusations that have 0% truth to it whatsoever, and it's presented as their argument. It's not presented. This is what we believe that happened. This is what we believe that this guy did. This is where he got this information from.
This happened, so it must mean this happened.
Right. I remember when I was in a lawsuit, they subpoenaed my phone records, and all they could see on my phone records were when numbers contacted each other. Wasn't the content of anything. It was just timelines. And then the lawyers took that information and they were like, well, here, Mike talked to his agent for 20 minutes on a Wednesday. They were talking about this legal situation. They were talking about this. And they were talking about, they have no idea what they're talking about. They just made stuff up. And they didn't even, but because it's part of their presentation, they can say what they think it is. But they weren't able to prove anything. So so that's definitely not true.
Okay.
You can make the accusations. Now, I'm not saying that there's no truth to it. I'm just saying it is legal for them to do that.
So I don't know anything about the legal stuff, especially in New York. Yeah, or Def Jam or Bad Boy. But I do know that they provided a lot of evidence to support their
there may be
accusations.
more truth to this. So I don't know. But that is definitely
it's very wild to read some of the accusations. Like when Diddy said that it was a drive-by shooting, they have his head of security would go through and went to the LAPD, and they have records of him communicating with the LAPD and the NYPD. And Diddy's on record saying, if any of my artists ever get in trouble, call the head of security because he knows the law enforcement and can get you off.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, they say that the guys who were responsible for killing Tupac were police officers.
That's where they say this all starts. And the guy that came out and just recently accused Diddy of killing Tupac has started this chain reaction, and all this information is coming out more and more.
It's takes one thing. It's what's his name? Burris with with
Hannibal
Bill Cosby.
Buress.
Hannibal Buress with Bill Cosby. Everybody knew it. All that stuff was going around, but he said it live on TV, and then people went, "Wait a second, what is this for real?" Same with Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody knew Jeffrey Epstein for the longest time, and then something comes out, one thing, crack in the thing, and then all of a sudden it's flowing.
Question about Hannibal Buress. Where's that guy?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, when's the last time you heard anything from Hannibal Buress?
Yeah.
No movies, no specials, no comedy tour dates, nothing.
Right.
Just
So now,
disappears.
but now think about that. He spoke out. It ended up being true. Bill Cosby went to jail, and now where's Hannibal Buress? He got blacklisted because why would anyone want to work with him? Because people are worried that he's going to talk. So for for the P. Diddy thing, why would anyone want to come forward if your dreams are going to be taken away from you?
Yeah. That's like this show. Don't try to have dreams on it.
Like, especially if you have dreams and then you fall victim to, a sex party and to do stuff, and then you're like, well, I already did that, so now why would I speak out against it? Because I already had to pay my dues, so
Right. Might as well just reap the reward.
Yeah.
I never got invited to any sex parties.
I know,
man.
right?
I've been somewhat in the entertainment field for a long time.
Never
Somebody's
once.
got not one orgy invite, not one. Nobody said we got some underage hot girls in the other room. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't go. I'm just saying. I
Tallahassee,
never
You
got
got
invited.
you got loose lips.
Living in Tallahassee, that happens
True.
all the time.
Really?
You would get invited to things all the time,
Like, what do you mean?
like parties like that.
You got invited to
What?
orgies?
Yes.
What?
Did you go?
No.
Oh.
I was always afraid to.
Yeah.
I was too much of a.
I
How
get
do you get
that.
invited to an orgy?
Literally, it was like Friday. This is happening, and just come.
Was there a code word?
Did they tell you to bring any supplies?
Bring a house coat.
You said that. You
Yeah.
said just come.
Yeah.
Well,
By the way, real quick, Hannibal Buress is doing pretty well. In 2023, he was the voice of Genghis Frog in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
He's got tour dates. I'm looking at his website.
I'm just saying, you don't.
He was
Yeah.
a big name for a
Yeah.
while, and you saw him on a bunch of different stuff. And yeah, I haven't heard anything from him lately.
It's really weird. Well, all I know is Clive Davis is pretty open about his sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was even critical of other people for not, experimenting and doing what they.
Yeah, because what was it, his book or documentary that came out a few years ago where he said that he did a lot of
Yeah,
that
in
stuff?
his book, and because I think he had a longtime partner. He didn't name that partner to be Diddy, but
Yeah.
who knows?
yeah. I mean, there are so many rap artists that say that Diddy,
Yeah, and you hear it one time and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, people are just jealous. And you hear it a couple of times, you're like, oh, maybe he's. Then you hear it a lot, and you're like, all right, something's going on.
and this is like his fifth. I think, like you said, I think this is like his
It was the
fifth lawsuit.
seventh person that came
Yeah.
out against him, but it was a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Also, I feel like if you're after a cash grab and they're paying people out, you might as well try to get on that list.
That's not a bad
you
point.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you've got Diddy money, which is basically unlimited, you're just gonna make this go away. You can
Yeah.
always
You're gonna try.
you can always get out of it. It's gonna be tough.
It is certainly cheaper to settle and make it go
Yeah.
away than it is to fight it out in court.
Money will change anybody's mind.
And do you think it's the money or his connection to
Probably
higher powers that are going to take care of it?
both. But I mean, he's got unlimited money, unlimited
Yeah.
funds. So
does have quite a
he
bit
can
of-
make anything go away.
Yeah.
He made Tupac and Biggie go away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
And got richer because he's
Yeah.
a billionaire now.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And he took because him and one of the big things was that Tupac was also trying to start his own label.
Mm.
And the conspiracy theory is that when Diddy went with Clive Davis, that he knew that he could use Diddy to just basically be the puppeteer of this whole decades worth of rap music and influencing young kids to live a certain lifestyle.
Well, they also say like a lot of artists that die young, like Tupac and Left Eye from TLC, like a lot of them were trying to come forward with the truth about these things. So they just basically take care of it. So
Didn't
they
she-
can't.
Didn't
That
Left Eye
left eye.
die in a car crash?
I think it was-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she went off the mountain in the
Right.
Bahamas or
But
not
we're-
Bahamas, Belize
yeah.
or whatever.
Were you there? Was that is
Yeah.
that how she? You know what I mean? Like it's really easy to fake an
and
accident.
Aaliyah, who we know was
Yes.
R. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She died in a plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden,
She died in a plane crash that they overloaded and it took
Yeah,
off.
that's what they
She's
said.
Did they?
"Ah,
But
I'm
why
dead."
did they overload it? No,
Right.
come on, you're fine.
Right?
Hop
Yeah.
on in.
you know what I
Right.
mean?
Bring your luggage too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these artists, if you listen, like, because Left Eye, like, she had been doing interviews about like sea moss, and she was on
Yeah.
a 40-day fast, and she was
Yeah.
doing this cleanse and being all spiritual, and then right after that comes out,
Off
she,
the side of the mountain.
she dies. You know what I mean? So and then like Tupac, they were saying he was trying to out the Illuminati
Yeah.
before, because so that's when he passed away or got killed.
And
so.
if you look at the CIA's history and how they use propaganda against other countries with music and news, it's not hard to think they would do that to us, especially when you find out that they were poisoning communities for science to figure out
No,
things about
sure.
gonorrhea, and syphilis.
I'm trying to find a list of artists under Bad Boy.
Ooh.
It says here that the CIA is definitely behind the new Smokey and the Bandit reboot.
Oh no.
That's great. Did you guys hear about it?
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's Clive, all the artists under Clive Davis is who they point to. So it wouldn't just be the Bad Boy records. It's, people from Bon Jovi.
I
to-
have-
How dare you?
I know.
I have a Bad Boy artist here.
Okay.
Black Rob, Notorious B.I.G., Danity Kane, which was
Girl group.
making the band thing,
So
whatever.
hot.
French Montana.
That sounds gay.
No.
Let's see. Faith Evans,
I
Craig
gave a girl a
Mack,
French Montana one time.
Mace, Young Jock, Sherry Davis, B5. I don't know a lot
So
of these.
nobody then.
Yeah.
Young
And
Jock.
Mace, Mace and Diddy had a big falling out when Mace got all church. He became like a churchgoer and a pastor, and they had a falling out. And
Yeah,
now
all
he's
right.
back.
So where's his information?
Yeah, I don't think he wants to talk. I mean, the money, dude. The money. Once you get a hold of that money, why would you say anything? You know.
Currently signed to Bad Boy Records is Janelle Monáe, Machine Gun Kelly, King Combs, Quincy, some other ones.
Yeah, that's right. Machine Gun Kelly.
yeah,
That's the first time I met Machine Gun Kelly was with Diddy.
yeah, and I
And he
mean,
was young.
He's got a lot of problems.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's a lunatic.
He doesn't seem like anything happened bad in his
Yeah,
life.
you know what I mean.
He got mad at Galvin because Galvin said he was driving an 83 Corolla.
Right?
That was really funny.
He was so mad at you. He held on to that. All right, we got to take a break. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. We'll take a quick break. Luis J. Gomez in the studio with us at the top of the hour. This is 1025 The Bone. Yesterday on the show, we had a guest on who was probably as odd looking as he sounded, and I don't mean that as an insult. He just is a character of a man. There's a guy named Adam, and he's from the Oddities Expo, right? Is that what it's called? The World Oddities Expo, which is at the Convention Center this weekend. No, is that where it is? Convention
Yes,
Center?
Tampa Convention Center.
So much information. I get confused. Def Jam. Big
Sorry
Boy,
about that, Michael. That's my
whatever.
fault. Yeah.
Anyway, so this guy comes in, and he's got on like round John Lennon glasses. He's got a scarf, a vest. He looks somewhere between medieval and steampunk.
Big earrings.
Is that a fair
Yeah,
assessment?
definitely, yeah.
Medieval and steampunk. Got big earrings.
I could also see him having a cat and wanting to kill James Bond.
Yes. Roundish guy with a roundish white guy with a black girlfriend. Everything about him was just like not common, you know? So he comes in here. He's got two conjoined dead pigs. He's got a cat with two faces. He had some weird oddity stuff, and he was a nice enough guy. But we all admit a little bit odd, and I think he'll even say that he's probably lived an odd life. Yesterday, my son calls me. Now I'm not saying this is Adam, but let's listen to this story. My son calls me and he goes, "Hey, did you have a guest on the show this morning?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Do you know him well?" And I go, "No, I don't know him at all. Why?" And he goes, "All right, because I'm just saying, my son has a balcony outside of his bedroom, and so does my daughter. And they're separated, but they have like a little sitting area out there with chairs and stuff. And my son and his friends will hang out there at night, you know, do whatever they do and talk and smoke and hang out." So my son said, "Well, I had my weed out there in my little weed box." And he goes, "And now I feel like a lot of it is missing. And there's a $20 bill underneath the weed box." And he's like, "Do you think," I go, are you saying my guests kind of indirectly bought weed from you?" He goes, "No." He goes, "I can't remember." He goes, "I don't know if that 20 is mine, but why would I leave it outside under the box? But I definitely am missing some weed here." And I go, "Well, the weed could have been Joe. I'm not.
No,
I'm
it
not lying
definitely
about
was.
that.
No,
Yeah.
well, it
What?
could have been, but it was not.
Yes. I mean, my money would be on Joe.
I've seen Joe rummage around up there
That's
from
not-
time to
Certainly
time.
would not have left a 20.
No,
That's
That's
true.
how you know it's not me.
Yeah.
And Ian has left stuff there before, but has never taken anything.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. And do you think it's possible that Adam or somebody with him, or maybe even his Uber driver, took weed and left a $20 bill?
Well, let's go to a clip, Joe. We got
What-
the video?
No, we don't have it.
Oh.
What video?
No, do you have a camera there?
I do.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was so far. It was back earlier in the day that I couldn't get to it. I kept trying to find it, and it wouldn't. Yeah, but I don't know exactly. Like I tried to watch it between the hours that guy was here, and I didn't see anything. But I couldn't see the whole thing. You know what I mean? So I don't really know. I don't really know. But Charlie Belcher is killing me today with the food that he has on this show. It looks like a little grain and berry action. Yeah. So I don't know. Isn't that just
That
weird?
is very odd.
Like,
Yeah.
do you think somebody thieved the weed? But I mean,
Well, they paid for it.
and then
technically.
paid for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you think they went weed shopping?
That's
But that
really
doesn't make it any better.
Yeah.
That's still just, I mean,
By the way, I must say, I have no reason to believe it was Adam from the World Oddities Expo. he just happened to be here that day, and he's the only factor that is a variable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not blaming
If
him
you're
at all.
investigating, that would be your first.
Exactly. If the cops came and they said, well, who was here today? This is the one guy who's not here every day.
Right.
So in my heart, do I think that guy did it? No, I don't. I think it's probably something more that my son forgot than anything else.
Or an Uber Eats driver.
Anybody.
You know what I mean?
A neighbor, which I don't think it was my neighbor either, but I'm just saying it could have been anybody.
I
But
feel
would
like
be really funny if the World
Dude.
Oddities guy stole the weed and left $20.
Don't we have his number?
We do. I do have his number.
We got to
His-
call him. We got to find out.
You ain't call him and ask him if he stole weed from my son.
I mean, I wouldn't pose it like that, but
Purchase.
say,
Yeah.
did you by any chance look
Yeah,
around?
just say, hey, did you leave a $20 bill here?
yeah.
Check that and see what he says. By the
I don't
way,
want him to get mad. I don't want him to think we're accusing him.
By the way, the police. So who is here? Well, this guy who's not normally here. Okay, so what was left? A $20 bill and a cat with two faces. I think we got it. I think we got it. Yeah, let's call him and see if he left a $20 bill here.
Oh man.
That's such a weird. Because what if he has nothing to do with this?
Then he goes, no, and go, oh, okay.
We didn't think
thought,
so, yeah.
There was a situation.
Be like,
that-
we found a $20 bill.
yeah, but where we found it was like placed there, so we were just
Oh,
curious.
Carmen's got to call him.
I'm not calling
Yeah,
him.
you have to call him.
Carmen,
No.
call him in Spanish. We'll ask him.
I mean, I don't have his number. One.
Spanish
just
is
sent it
sending
to
it
you.
to you.
Ah,
I mean,
this is
can't-
so weird.
Can't we just do it the way Mike does it?
Carmen-
Mike just called John Brennan. Do it
Listen to me.
that way.
You don't even have to do anything. You can just say, hi, this is Carmen from the Mike Calta Show. The guys wanted to talk to you again real quick.
Hello?
Hey, are you here?
What?
Are you home?
No.
Oh, we're just talking about the guy who might have bought weed from your weed stash. You're live on the air. Don't curse. Hey, do you know any? Did you figure anything else out,
Sorry,
or
you're breaking up a little.
do you know? Did you figure anything out, or did he? Is it still true that he might have taken the weed?
Yeah, I think it still might be true. I don't really confused about the whole situation.
All right. Go to school.
Yeah.
Are you playing pickleball? What is that noise?
Yeah, I'm in the gym. Not pickleball, basketball.
Oh, all right, cool. I'll see you later.
He's dribbling down the court as we speak with phone in the hand.
By the way, when you said to go to school and he said, yeah, that was the most, there's no way I'm going to school. Yeah.
Oh, he's
that I've
already
ever
at
heard in my
school. I
life.
didn't even know.
Yeah, but like
no, I'm here.
class.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go to school. Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, dial it up, Carmen.
I did.
Oh,
Hey, this is
I-
Carmen.
I already did.
what happened?
He did not answer. He has
It's
a
too high.
He has a very weird voicemail too.
What does it say?
Hello. He's doing like an accent. Hello.
You've reached the World Oddities expert, Adam.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Exactly.
P.S. If you have any weed to purchase,
No.
Please leave it on the porch. I shall arrive with
no.
$20 bills. I must say this again out loud.
Yes.
I don't know that Adam did any of this. I don't think he did. If you're asking me right now, I will tell you no.
Do you think if any of our listeners are going to the World Oddities Expo this weekend and they run into him by any chance, they could, casually
him.
bring it up?
Would just be like, hey, I already got $20 worth of weed on you.
Oh man.
The other thing is like guys that I know that smoke weed but don't know, like Dan Soder is very big about having his weed laid out for him before he gets here because he lives in New York where it's legal, but he travels to places where it's not and doesn't want to be without it. So he's like kind of, so this guy, maybe wherever he lives, he didn't want to, what did he say, Philly or something like
Yes.
that? He doesn't want to travel with it, but would want to get it while he's here. And he's like, maybe I can buy some of this kid's weed.
I mean,
Good
maybe,
morning,
but
is
I
this
always,
Adam?
well,
Oh,
Hi, Adam. This is
Oh,
Carmen from
no.
Mike Calta Show
Yeah.
calling.
You asked Spanish.
You
Just say,
came
did you
in
leave it
studio
for me?
yesterday. I was wondering if you had a minute to go on air with us. Oh man. Yes, just for a couple minutes. Awesome. Thank you. Hold
oh
on.
no.
Don't accuse him. Just ask nicely.
Okay. Here's Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Good morning.
Adam, I must start by saying I enjoyed having you on the show yesterday, and I felt your oddities were interesting, and I think the World Oddities Expo at the Convention Center this weekend is going to be great. But I have a situation that came up. This is uncomfortable, but I want to ask you about it, okay?
Oh, all right.
I will start by saying I do not believe that this may be true, but there is a possibility. So I wanted to. I'm dreading having to talk to you about this. So
To be clear, are we on air?
Yes. We're on there. There's nothing bad. Did you happen to
I
make?
don't know.
Did you happen to make any purchases while you were at my house yesterday?
I don't recall
Okay.
whether or not I did.
Is there something you might have purchased?
I don't recall.
Do you smoke the weed?
I do smoke the weed.
Did you happen to trade any money for weed here at this house while you were here yesterday?
No.
Okay.
No,
all
of course
right.
not.
Well, hold on. All right, I'll tell you what happened, and I don't think you did either, but it was just a weird coincidence. My son has a little outdoor porch outside of his house. You may have passed it while you were coming in and out yesterday, and that's his little weed area. And somebody took a little bit of his weed, but left him $20 underneath. And we were like, who could have done that? And we're like, the only person that was here yesterday was the World Oddities guy, but there's no way that he did that. And then we were like, we'll never live without actually calling that. But listen, if he did, it would have been a very polite thing to do. I mean, he actually left the money; he didn't just steal it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I have no idea who could have done that.
I feel like the way when you say it like
yeah.
that,
Are you trying not to incriminate yourself with the law, or are you trying not to incriminate yourself with us?
I would absolutely never want to incriminate myself with anybody.
I'm so confused.
Sometimes it's for the best.
Let me ask you this. Adam. Do you have $20 less today than you had yesterday?
Oh, yeah. The Ubers here are super expensive.
Okay.
Oh, he did take an Uber.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, it was very expensive Uber.
No,
Was it $20 more than you thought it was going to be?
About that.
Adam, did you take the goddamn weed or not?
Of course not. Yeah, of course I took the bud.
Yeah!
I had permission. Talk to your boys. The money has nothing to do with anything. That's not me, because you can't buy that. But just the same, I had my permission slip signed. Is all I'm saying.
By?
So talk to your captains. I forget names. You know, it's how it works up here.
First of all, let me just tell you, nobody's mad. Nobody cares. I don't know. I mean, I'm totally cool with it. But we're just confused.
Hilarious.
No, but now you've unlocked the second page of the mystery.
Yeah,
it was a mystery.
I know.
I would never do that without permission. So now you have to search. Was it Colonel Muster in the library with a wrench? Because it's somebody around you.
Can I, Adam, do I have permission to read a text message that you sent me yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
What did it say?
So he wanted to ask. He sent me a text asking if I had time to go meet him out in the driveway because he had a question for me. And I said, unfortunately, I can't right now because we're on air. And his response was, and this is the quote I'm reading, Adam. That's quite all right. Joe handled it, waiting on the Uber out front now.
Joe,
what did I handle?
I don't know. He didn't say because he's not going to incriminate himself.
No, I will say this. Adam did ask me if he could buy weed here, and I said not.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking
about the last half hour we've been talking about this, and now you decide to say something?
Wow.
You're the worst. Yeah, what a clueless old man.
Yeah. So wait, go ahead. He asked you if he could buy weed
he
here.
He did ask me, and I said that is not my weed. I can't.
So you even knew he was talking about that weed?
No, he's. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
Joe,
know
you're
he was
an
talking
idiot.
about it.
Go ahead.
You're the worst.
He asked me, and I said, "Look, that is not my weed. That's his son's weed. I can't. I don't.
Yeah.
Please don't." But
is that what you said?
Yes.
No. You guys told me to put me on the spot. You tell him what you said.
Tell us what you said, Joe.
Because I believe Adam over
I
Joe.
said, look,
Yeah.
all right, this is what I said. Look, Adam, that's not my weed. It's Mike's son's weed.
Yeah.
If you don't have any weed and you want to take one tiny bud, go ahead.
So why would you lie? The guy's on the phone.
Yeah,
Why
I
did
was
you,
wanting to wait.
So
I
why
wanted
did you
to see
tell
what
us this
happened.
all morning? We've been talking about this.
I wanted to see what happened.
Oh,
Wow.
Making Adam take the
I'm
fall.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
That's
God.
not true.
Unbelievable.
Adam, you're the best.
Adam,
So
yeah.
So let's be clear.
Yes.
You guys were very gracious hosts, and I was offered this along with my Nescafe, and I was very grateful.
Yeah.
Look at him.
But I also, I also do believe that I tipped the bathroom attendant before I left.
Yes.
Adam, I'm telling you
So
right
maybe
now,
that's where the 20 came from.
it was a gracious stealing
Gift.
of the weed. Yeah, it's no problem. We have no heat or anything. I thought you were good yesterday. Now I even think you're even better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see you
Yo.
next year, Adam, when you come back. This is awesome.
His new nickname is Honest Adam.
Honest Adam.
Honest Adam.
And we work with the
Listen.
dumbest Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Listen, I hope to see you all tomorrow. I'm watching a contortionist right now get loaded up as we load on the stage floor, and things are looking crazy down here.
Yeah.
I hope the police aren't coming for me.
No,
right now.
it's Florida. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. The World Oddities Expo is at the Convention Center starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Adam's bald guy. Swarm.
Come on down. It's a party. Stay weird, everybody.
Clearly, it's a party. Hey, Adam, thank you for coming on the air and solving this with us today.
All right. I
All right.
appreciate it. Listen, next year we're going to have to stage a whole separate mystery, okay?
100%.
All right.
This was great. Thanks, buddy. Take it easy.
Be easy.
See ya.
I love you.
Joe.
That's the best.
Joe's the worst.
Lying
the
son of a
worst.
bitch. You did not want to see how it played out.
Yeah, I bet you
did.
forgot about it.
Well, I did forget about it, but I didn't forget about it after you brought it up.
And you didn't think we were gonna call when I said we
No,
should call.
I thought you were going to call. I totally thought you were going to call.
What a liar.
This is going to be even better.
Lying scumbag.
Did you leave the 20?
No.
He left.
No, I did not.
Hey, he did take the weed.
Who?
He did, the oddities guy that was here.
But tell him why.
But under
Yeah,
Joe's
'cause
permission.
Joe
I did
told him
not.
it was okay.
No, I didn't. No, Joey, I did not.
Yes, he did.
Wait, for real though?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so tell them to buy me more. Tell me to buy me more.
Yeah. Joe.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll handle that later. Goodbye.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Give it
You were
away.
going to let that guy take the fall for you, Joe.
No, I was not.
I've been talking about this, and you didn't say a word about it.
I didn't know what you were talking about till you
Oh,
brought it up.
my God.
That'd be like a bear coming in his kitchen and you going, no. And then he goes, yeah, the big brown bear that was. Oh, the brown bear that was in the
Yeah,
kitchen? Yeah.
right.
I let him in through the door.
Hey, man.
Joe.
Yes, Michael.
This is like, I finally found something that you're worse at than video.
Oh,
Telling the truth.
Truth.
that's not true.
By the
That's
way,
not true.
history of this too.
That
'Cause
is
he-
absolutely not true.
100%.
What do you mean?
The death pool money that Tony
Yeah.
sent.
Yeah.
And you were just gonna hold it until anybody said anything. Same with this. You weren't gonna
He
do
didn't
anything
send
until you were
me
caught.
knew
death
it.
pool
Yeah.
money.
No, this is 100%. This
He
is
didn't send me.
this is your
Sneaky,
modus operandi.
sneaky.
That is
I
not
even
true.
said, I do see Joe rummaging
Do
around
you
up there a
think
lot.
that
Yeah.
it would be of any benefit to me
To what?
to give weed away that is
No,
not
it's not a
mine?
benefit to you, but you kept it to yourself because you didn't want to be busted because you know you shouldn't do that.
Well, listen, I knew he shouldn't have been asking. I said it's not my weed.
What?
I can't give you an
What?
answer
You
for
can
this.
ask.
You could ask me. I would have been like, don't take whatever you want.
I thought you would, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to ask
But
you.
we still sat here for 30 minutes
Yeah.
trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
He's calling his son.
And then we're like, maybe we should call and ask the Adam guy, and you didn't say, yeah, you should call and ask. You're just like,
Yeah, you didn't say you don't have to call and ask him. I can tell you exactly what happened.
But I did not. I did not see what happened. I did not
You
know.
knew it happened.
Oh, my God.
I advised against it.
I don't know
What do
about
you
you,
want
Henry.
from me?
Sometimes I think
lie.
you're going to crack under pressure.
No, I'll never crack.
Unbelievable.
I'll never crack.
Oh, my
that
God.
poor guy's like, why are they accusing me? The
Yeah.
guy told me it was okay and cool.
This has been the best 20 minutes of my
I
life.
said, did you make any purchases while you're here? He goes, I may have made some purchases.
Yeah.
I mean, he was more honest than Joe.
He was just trying not to get busted for buying pot.
Yeah.
Right.
He wasn't, you know.
Allegedly, none of this happened.
Exactly.
Allegedly, yeah.
He's outside the circle of trust now.
Oh.
You can't be trusted.
No,
That's
Not
but
Mike's
no.
favorite.
He's out of the circle of trust. He cannot be trusted, much like my grandmother couldn't in the late years of her life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's not that I don't really trust him. It's just that he's just,
You can't be trusted.
oh
Wow.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Oh, that weed? Oh, yeah. I told him.
yeah.
I didn't want to get involved.
You
did not
were
wish to
involved
get
from the
involved.
start.
Oh, now you're saying you didn't want to be involved. 5 minutes ago, so you didn't know.
No, wait. Well, I didn't. What do you mean?
I didn't remember. I didn't remember.
Let the whole
I
story
didn't-
play
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What a liar.
I love it.
Look
What
how
a
happy
liar.
Spanish gets when it's not Spanish.
Wow.
Spanish is doing the Caddyshack gopher dance over
yeah,
here.
baby.
Joe,
Oh,
I am
man.
blown away, Joe. I
That
don't even
is
know.
great.
I don't even know what else
You
to
just,
say.
he just revealed his true self.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh
At no
my
point you
God.
thought, oh man, I think they're on to me.
No, he definitely at one point was like, "Oh man, I better not say anything. This is gonna get bad."
Oh my God, we got to take a break. Louis J. Gomez,
Wow.
Legion of Skanks, hitting the studio with us next on 102.5 The Bone. He's banned from Seattle, but he's live in the studio with us.
I'm banned from a lot of places. I'm banned from Seattle. I'm banned from Equinox.
The fact that you're not banned from this show
Yeah.
Crazy.
is great because
It shows you have terrible judgment.
you are the worst at cursing violations on the show. It's the one thing that I can't control.
Yeah.
That's out of my control, and I don't even, and I know that you don't do it on purpose. It's just it's ingrained in your soul.
It's in my vernacular. It's the way I talk, and I'm used to podcasting so much. I podcast like 13, 14 hours a week.
I know.
And it's just,
I know.
I'm surprised we don't swear more because we do swear a lot
Yeah.
in the commercial breaks,
Yeah.
and then once we go back on the air, we don't swear. I mean, it's very
I swear in
rare.
front of my kids. Like
Yeah.
I never was that guy that was like, "Don't curse in the house." So yeah,
yeah.
I'm surprised. Can I be a real dick for a second?
What
That I can say. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry.
Introduce me.
Yeah.
This is the man, Tim Butterly.
Tim. God damn it. I'm like, but I'm sorry, Tim. Tim was here on the show before. Tim boxed last time he was in town,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, Tim. That is my fault.
Yeah, me and Tim boxed each other specifically.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was great. I won.
You did.
I kicked
I
his
hate
ass.
this is worse.
Was he? Were you surprised? No. Everybody knew that you would win that fight.
A lot of people thought Tim was going to win that fight.
Yeah.
Tim is a.
And it went to a tough decision.
Yeah, it was. It was a close
It was
fight.
a decision.
It was a decision.
Sorry.
I didn't knock him out, but it
Did
was.
anybody knock anybody out on that
Yeah.
fight?
Oh yeah. We had a few knockouts. It was fun. It was a crazy event. Really
It
fun event.
Wasn't your guys' deal that then you adopted him?
Yeah, he's my son. I brought my son with me. He legally adopted him in the state of Pennsylvania. So, yeah.
How your parents feeling about that?
How were my parents?
His parents.
My
right?
dad? He thinks it's stupid, and
Yeah.
he's so mad that it's a Puerto Rican guy.
The Butterleys.
Do you want to know what a Puerto Rican I am? As we're driving in here, which sorry we're late.
No, you're perfectly on time.
Your security is. It's not like she wasn't trying to protect you. She just enjoyed saying
Yes.
no.
I agree
There was
with
no part of her that wanted to protect She couldn't protect. She was a little blonde girl. She couldn't do anything. We could have just bowled through her, but she just made us wait 15 minutes at the gate.
Brian BT has been coming here for 3 years, like to this spot. Okay, 20 years in life, but 3 years to this spot. And I don't know why they give me a hard time. They tell him sometimes my address doesn't exist.
Yeah, they told
Yeah.
me that there was a new guy there, and I said I've been coming here for like Monday through Friday for 3 years, and he goes, that address isn't in here, and I go, where have I been going to? I don't understand what you're saying.
So I get it.
This is what a Puerto Rican I am. As we're driving in, I noticed that there was people playing. Actually, I saw a sign that said golf cart crossing.
Yes.
Which I was like, that's crazy. We're in a really nice neighborhood. I've never even seen that sign before. But then I was like, wow. I said this to BT and Tim. I was like, wow, dude, I can't believe they have golf courts here.
golf course.
This is what a Puerto Rican. I don't deserve to be around money.
You don't golf?
No.
Me either.
Yeah.
I live on a golf course, had a golf cart, and I don't golf at all. It's the dumbest sport ever.
Yeah, I can't. I tried to play Top Golf with a chick.
That's
once.
better.
I can't drive. I can't. Whatever it is, I can't do it. This girl made me look like a fool.
Listen to me. Let me just tell you one thing I learned about golf, okay? Is that if you take 10-minute lesson from somebody to just show you how to hold your body and all that, you're going to realize, oh, my God, I'm pretty good at golf. Because I can hit the ball pretty far, and then when I do it right, I hit it way further, and then all of a sudden I'm like, do I like golf? What's going on? But the golf's terrible. It's a lazy, slow, just boring-ass old white guy sport.
It's a pretty good way to drink yourself to death, though.
Yes, that's the other thing,
Get
though.
out
But
and fucking
well,
sorry.
see,
There we
Tim
go.
cursed.
That was
One
me.
for Tim.
Lewis,
I'm keeping
that was
track.
your fault. You put that in my brain.
Tim 1, Lewis 0.
Nice.
Did you were you listening on the way in?
We were trying to listen, but
As we were dealing with your border guard.
Oh.
As we were being detained.
the border agent.
These newcomers.
It was just the dumbest, weirdest thing. There was a guy in the studio yesterday. He's in town for one of those oddities expos, like where they bring two-headed wolves and things like that.
Yeah.
And my son calls me and he goes, "Hey, that guest, did you know that guest that you had here well?" And I go, "No, I never met him before." I go, why? He goes, because some of my weed is missing, and somebody left $20 where my weed was. And he goes, but I can't remember if that's my 20 or somebody. So I bring it up on the air, and I'm talking about it. And nobody is like, no. So we call the guy out, and we ask him. Turns out he did do it. He did. Yeah. Because he told him it was okay.
No, I didn't.
And the whole time he sat here and didn't say anything about it.
Well, you look like you make the weed decisions in this household.
Nailed it.
I believe that's why he approached me.
Nailed it. What happened? What is this whole thing with the with you and Florentine in Seattle and this club? I mean, how dangerous is that clubs are starting to tell people they're banned because they're like, look. There was a time where I didn't even like you, and I never thought I would never be like, well, he can't not come to town. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with Seattle. Here's the thing. I have a philosophy on this, which I believe that any business has a right to do whatever they want to do.
Right.
If these guys don't want to book us, they don't have to book us. It was stupid to book us and then unbook us. It was unprofessional, right? The woman who was in charge over there, she didn't do her research. She got excited. She was like, oh, these are real comics that are approaching us, right, for the first time. And she booked us without doing her research. When she did a moment of research, simply a Google search, she saw that we don't fit the vibe of that venue. So then she canceled the shows.
What is the vibe of that venue?
It's very
it's
like
a comedy club.
But yeah, if there's a sound, if there's a sound that describes the vibe of that venue, it would be that.
Yeah.
Not. These are
what other comedians are playing there?
I don't know any of the guys. If you look at their lineup, I have no idea. It's called the
Natalie
Capitol
Cuomo?
Hill. You love Natalie Cuomo. Dude, any chance to talk about Natalie Cuomo?
Oh, I got more things to talk to you about this.
No, I don't think they do like real. I don't want to say real comics.
No, but I know what
it's
you're
subjective,
saying.
But I don't think they're like known national headliners. I think it's local. Seattle like woke comics.
And then what scared them? Like who got in their ear and was like, "This rattlesnake guy is no good."
I talked to the owner because I was just trying to take the high road. I wouldn't have posted about it.
You're ridiculously level-headed on some things.
It's just in my opinion, I'm going like, all right, like I run a comedy festival. If I don't want to book somebody that doesn't have the values of the festival that I run, I'm not going to book them.
Right.
You know? And I say messed up stuff on the internet. If you go on and you look at my stand-up or the podcast, I mean.
You will never host Saturday Night Live.
Never hosting Saturday Night Live in a million years.
Yeah.
But there obviously we have an audience, and I don't try to force what I do upon anybody. If you want to come see what we do, which is really dirty, very very often over the top sort of comedy, come see us live, listen to the podcast. But when I do a show like the Mike Calta Show, I have to play by these rules, right? And I mess up sometimes. But that's the same thing with the comedy industry. And I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm a victim here. And I also know our audience they're
you
crazy.
Played it too cool almost.
Well,
you always played it so cool. It's like, all right, dude, we get it.
Can I tell you some of the people that are going to be there? I'm looking at the
please.
comedy club. So they have Dave Mahirji on Friday tonight.
Dave Mahu?
Yeah. Well, but then they get a little risky because on Saturday it's D's Nuts, a live comedy talk show with Diwa. This, I think, explains a lot of it. On Monday nights, they have a Monday night regular thing that they do called Queers to the Front.
There you go.
I was going to headline that one.
But I will tell you, coming up on the 22nd and 23rd of this month, they have Natalie Cuomo.
Shut up.
Do they?
Yeah, and I guess her boyfriend or husband, Dan Lamorte. Yeah. So they're there.
Her fiance. They're good
How
people.
happy were you that you were on a list of cool comedians?
No, I mean not really, dude. Like I'm not trying to. I don't want to sell myself as the dude who's geting canceled.
No,
I tell jokes. That's what I do. I don't think what we do is any more dangerous than what Natalie Cuomo or Dan Lamorte does, right? We have a reputation, obviously, but our audience. The reason I wouldn't have made us think about it is because, and you know this, dude, because you have a crazy audience. Dude, when me and Calta butted heads. It was podcast fans versus South Florida radio fans just going at it, right? And, when you have an audience that's crazy and really passionate, I knew what would happen. So I wouldn't have posted this because I knew exactly they were going to go and just, bomb this place with terrible reviews. They were going to trash and harass the owner.
You don't want that.
And then what it looks like, they feel justified. Now these people are going on radio shows and TV shows and doing interviews going like, look, they have a Nazi audience that's threatening us. And it just gives them justification. I would have rather them just be wrong. Just be wrong and move on. I'll go to another venue.
You're a very. It surprised me what a good business guy you are, because that's a smart move. It's a smart move because now that you didn't justify what they were trying to say.
Yeah.
By the way, this is even when we were fighting, I still liked you.
I know. I liked you too.
It was great. Sometimes it's just good to fight with somebody. You know what I mean? But there was something else I had to ask you. So I wasn't able to make it out to the fight that you guys here, but I understand it went very well.
Yeah,
it was a
great.
good crowd, and I know people that went there and supported it, that are Skanks fans that went and saw it, that liked it. Are you making plans for another one?
We don't have an official plan as of right now. We're gonna probably do it again if I had to guess. We do fights at Skankfest every year. I have my comedy festival.
I want to come to
Skankfest.
It's in Vegas, isn't it?
It's in Vegas.
September
26th through 29th.
Yeah, I want to go.
Tickets go on sale April 20th. We're announcing the
You
lineup.
have to buy tickets.
No, you
No,
can
just
come
kidding.
come do Calta and Kelly show live, dude. Come perform. It's so fun. You're gonna lose it. You'll love.
I feel like I'm already. I feel like I told Bobby last year. I'm like, I'm not going there, and he goes, why? I go, because I still feel like I'll be moved like the guy who got moved to Gen Pop in prison among that group. Yeah,
dude, they had Brendan Schaub there last year. Are you kidding me? Brendan Schaub, one of the most hated comedians in the world, and our audience was high-fiving and being like, dude, you rule. Dude, Whitney Cummings came in 2 years ago as a surprise guest. She thought she was going to get slaughtered, and people, dude, it's the most loving audience.
They
dude.
would treat you kindly there.
Yeah, no, look, I don't really care about the.
Dude,
I think
people
that's
on
great.
Reddit, dude, I meet guys. They'll be on Reddit. Dude, there's one. Shout out Runaway Slav from the Racist Live Chat on Gas Digital. This guy sends me death threats and tells me he hates me and wants my family to die, and then he'll show up at shows and be like, hey, dude, it's Runaway Slav.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, dude, you hate me, I thought. He's like, no, I'm just messing around. That's the internet, dude. And what I realize about life is, if you step away from Twitter, you step away from social media, there's the real world, right? And it's very easy to get caught up in the internet, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of naughty. You're like you're battling with people. I'll get on a flight and I'll get drunk and I'll just start tweeting at people and I go crazy. But then you put it down and like you're just coexisting with everyone. The politics of the world don't really exist in everyday life if you put your phone down.
Yeah,
That's
plus
true.
people in real life don't want to get punched in the mouth.
Right.
You
Everyone's
know,
just trying to go from point A to point B and just get make their money, do what they got to do. And if you separate
Have
yourself
a good
from
time when possible.
exactly,
Yeah.
that's it.
I miss old Twitter when you used to be able to, when Twitter was Twitter and you used to be able to fight with people on it before they blocked you for everything. And I had a good time. I fought the whole city of Boston for a couple of days and I won. And it ended up being I beat Boston. It was great. Those are I would like to come on. I love Vegas. I love what you guys do, and I'd love to see it happen. Now you will have
wild.
fights out there.
We'll have fights. We have 6 stages inside of one venue. I can't announce the lineup.
That's fine.
Biggest lineup we've ever done. We're going to announce it 5 days before tickets go on sale.
You say Whitney Cummings, but I can't believe you guys got Saget out there that year.
We got
just because it seemed like just not the kind of thing that he would do.
Well, we always try to do that. We always try to throw in different guys that are not, the norm. We had Gilbert Gottfried right before he passed as well.
Yeah.
We're going to have Richard Lewis this year. Nobody can prove or disprove that. I swear we were.
That's great.
Some say when he got the news of being booked on Skankfest, that's what actually killed him.
Put him over the edge.
Yeah.
And where do you do it? Downtown?
Downtown on Fremont
That's
Street.
the way to
Oh,
go,
nice.
man.
Old Vegas,
Dude, you get, and then you get out.
You
'Cause we
own
were
the whole city.
Yeah. We were going to do it here in St. Pete. We were going to do it. We were talking about it. We were very close. But when you downtown Vegas, when you get out of Skankfest, the last show ends at like midnight or 12:30, 1 o'clock. You walk out, and Fremont Street is just getting going.
Yeah.
And it's just freaks. It's people. It's wild. You need to.
You're on drugs.
You're on drugs. It's a very drug-friendly festival. So, but you're seeing you're partying. It's not just seeing comedy shows. You go to a comedy festival around the rest of the world. You go to a show. You go out. You get dinner. Whatever. This is one venue, 6 stages within the venue. There's thousands of people, hundreds of comedians, all partying together the whole time. It's forget meet and greet. You're literally just partying with the greatest comedians in the entire world.
Dude, nobody has ever said anything bad to me about it. Everybody, comics, people who've gone, everybody loves it.
The fans that go. It sells out in minutes every year now.
Yeah.
And the fans that go, it's their vacation. They go, this is what I do for vacation every year. I show up at Skankfest and I party for 4 days.
That's
and
it.
That's that. Yeah,
I went
really
on
wild.
Bird's Cruise last year. It was the fattest group of people I ever saw in my life. It was the fattest cruise. Everybody was fat. The passengers, the comedians, the fattest place I've ever been in my life. Felt very comfortable there.
That's nice. It was good.
Tim, what drugs do you like?
What drugs are you currently on?
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Like weed. Everybody smokes weed,
I've been
right?
getting into ketamine lately.
Have you really?
You guys mess with ketamine?
No, but our afternoon guys.
Am I allowed to say ketamine on the air?
Yeah. Just don't say if you stick in your butt. Don't say that. Okay. No, our afternoon guys talk about it all the time because people use it for therapy and stuff, but I don't know what they're using it for.
No, you're mostly supposed. I know that there are like ketamine infusions and stuff.
Yeah,
you can go and get like an IV of it, and it'll make it okay that your dad was mean when you were a kid or whatever.
Right.
But the best way to use it is to just lay down and listen to an album.
That's what these guys are saying.
And you come back and you go, wow, dude, maybe it's not all so bad.
Yeah, and by the way, they say a K-hole is bad. No, that's what you're trying to do.
No,
you're trying to get into a K-hole.
Dude, getting into a K-hole feels like you're wearing virtual reality goggles and flying a million miles in the sky.
How long does it last?
Like 45 minutes.
Not even.
Oh, really?
I did lozenges at Skankfest. They were they were literally like throat drops.
Now that's different though. He gave me that at the strip club in Vegas. He gave me a ketamine lozenge. And it was way, way different. And I got to a point where I could only move one joint at a time.
Tim's popping and locking.
I had to crawl back onto a party bus and beg to be taken over.
Dude, it was crazy. I took them during the goddamn comedy jam, which is Josh Adam Meyer's music show. Comedians, sing cover songs with a live band. Such a fun show at the festival. Everyone's, jumping around and crowd surfing and moshing. And I took one right as it started. I was like, this is going to be the best. And literally, one of the effects of it was it sounded like my ears were plugged and I was underwater. So I couldn't hear anything. I was just scared. Everyone's rioting around me. But I remember I took ketamine, and I don't really do drugs that often. That was the last time.
It's a special occasion.
Special occasion. I smoke weed every day, but I don't really use drugs. But I remember one of the first times I did ketamine, I was going to Sal Volcano's wedding, and I was taking a train from New York City to upstate New York. He was having it in like the woods or whatever, and I was just on my own on a train taking bumps of ketamine. 20 minutes into the trip, I was on a train. It felt like I was on a roller coaster to hell. It was wild. It was just
really moving.
Oh my god, it was really.
That's what I'm afraid of. So I don't take any drugs. I don't even smoke weed. And then once I started putting weed in candy, I was like, well, I'll try that. So I took an edible, and I don't really feel. And then all of a sudden, I was laying in bed, and I was like, I'm gonna die tonight. I could die in my sleep tonight. I was like 5 minutes into it before going, oh, I'm having a bad weed thing. You know what I mean? That's why I don't like it.
How about the hockey game?
The hockey game we had these weed espresso beans, and I took 2 of them, and I got about almost an hour drive there to the hockey arena. It was the All-Star game. And I took 2, and they didn't hit me. And then my buddy Dan was like, give me one of those before we go in. He took one. I'm like, why should I take another one? Yeah. And then I don't know. I kept wondering why they were playing hockey in a hospital. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was out of my mind. But yeah, I know. I've just never done it right, But the idea of ketamine and going in, like Drew, our afternoon guy, was saying that there was a ketamine playlist that you'd have to put on and listen to.
Yeah, you need to curate it, because if you're listening to anything that's not a pretty good time, like I listened to a Built to Spill album, and I was like, and I couldn't move my arms to change it, and I felt like I was in hell for a little while. Yeah. It was really sad.
Ketamine's like very physical. It's less psychological. Like if I take like acid or mushrooms and you put on a song, like I just start like picking out little words that'll start giving me like subliminal messages. I'll convince myself I'm gay if you put on the right song. And
I think you just want to be gay.
Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna get on that show in Seattle. You guys want to do more?
Hey guys, it's Lewis. I got ketamine told me I could play there.
Where's the front?
Karen Fian's in the studio with us a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And it's her and Ian and somebody else was here. And
Mike Hannon.
And I say to her, I have questions about your sex life. And she says, go ahead, whatever. And I go, just some of the guys that you've slept with. And I said, Luis J. Gomez. What did she say?
What did she say?
Yeah.
Did she sleep with me?
No, she said, I mean, she did. Yeah.
Obviously.
But did she have good or bad reviews?
Oh, she had great reviews, unquestionably.
Love of my life, she said. She goes, Lewis, the love of my life, the one that got away.
I bet. She probably means that.
Yeah. Great reviews, huh?
Karen's awesome. We are really good friends. I'm lucky. I'm friends with most of my exes. My girlfriend hates it, but I want to.
Are you still dating a hot dancer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah. She's here. She's at the hotel right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you bring this guy. You don't bring her with you.
I wanted her to come in just to brag, but
yeah.
Yeah, no. But I'm friends with most of them. I try to,
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that you and I fought because everybody else seems to say what a nice guy you are and they love you.
You are like most people, though. Most people, when they meet me or they hear me for the first time, they hate me.
Yeah.
Like, there's people
It's
that are
true.
hearing me right now for the first time on the show. They're like, why is this guy? I hate this guy.
No, you're being particularly normal today. Like, relax and good.
Yeah.
This is
But
good.
you're also two alphas.
telling you to
You know
turn
what I
it on,
mean?
dude.
So it comes
I
across
gotta
that
tell
way.
you,
Flip the switch.
I don't consider myself an alpha.
I don't consider him an alpha either, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I'm not. I mean, that's true. I'm not. Look, I alpha up in situations, but for the most part, I don't care. Do whatever you want.
I think alpha
You're Sigma.
to lead a radio show, to lead a podcast, and we all do this in our own rights. You have to have the alpha qualities, right? To
Yeah.
you know, it's in almost a literal psychological sense. Like, you know, you have to alpha the studio, you have to alpha everybody here. So yeah, but I don't think it was that, dude. I think we just rubbed each other the wrong way. I think it was me being sensitive and being a little bitch at the time as well.
Yeah, and I made some bad moves.
What happened was he trashed me on Opie and Anthony. We did a podcast together. I kind of bombed on the podcast. He goes on Opie and Anthony.
Well, hold on. You didn't bomb. You didn't bomb at all. You were just so. I'd never met you before.
Yeah.
You were sitting next to me, and you were like a gorilla on steroids. I was like, "Who is this guy?" But I didn't know. They're like, "That's Lewis. That's." Yeah, and I love a guy who's true to the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, and then just a couple of weeks after that, I was
I'm just yelling. I got a rattle, calling myself the Puerto Rican rattlesnake. I'm like,
yeah.
Counsel's like, what is happening?
It was like I get it now, but back then I felt like I was on a hacky morning zoo show.
Yeah.
But you weren't really. You were mocking that anyway.
Yes.
So then
he goes on to Opie and Anthony, which is the biggest or the second biggest radio show in the world. Now, I'm just a young, at this point, this is literally like 13 years ago.
Yeah.
This is a long time ago, 12 years ago maybe.
Yeah.
And he goes on Opie and Anthony. This is how long ago it was that Opie and Anthony were still together. And he was like, unprompted, he's like, who's this Louis J. Gomez guy? And Opie and Anthony are like, we don't know. And he's like, let me just take 5 minutes to trash this guy to a huge radio audience. And I heard that. And I went ballistic. And I was like, dude, just for like weeks, just couldn't stop talking about how much I hated Calta.
Yeah.
And then Bobby's like, dude, chill. You need Calta to even do Tampa. You can't even get into that market. And I was like, F Tampa.
Yeah.
The whole city, I was ready to burn down. I was so mad.
And I didn't mean, and I was like kind of, because what happened was they were on Artie. They were coming to do a show here. Artie was coming to do a show, and they were on with Artie, and we were on our show and their show at the same time.
Oh, right.
And we were busting balls. And some reason we were talking about like comics. And I said, you don't want to have on this Louis Gomez. I go, this guy
he
was
literally canceled me.
Yeah.
Talking about cancel culture. He canceled me from the biggest radio show of all time. I never did it. Let me point this out. I was never invited on.
But I did. But I was kind of like annoyed by you, but also busting balls. I wasn't really trying to do any bad stuff. To the point where I did call you and apologize.
You did.
I was like, I messed up. I
Bobby
screwed
explained to me, he was like, dude, he thought you were already in with those guys, so it was going to be like a thing where they're all going to start busting balls.
Right.
But these guys were just like, no, tell us about
Yeah,
how
they
that
were like, They were like, they were check marking. He's a jerk. He's not funny. And I was like, But anyway, that was so long ago. We're all good now. And then you've said nice things. I heard you on Steve-O's podcast. You said nice things about me. That was very good.
And
Do you
I
know
keep
that
it real.
Steve-O and I have matching grinder tattoos?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys have grinder tattoos.
We were gonna get matching tattoos, and he's like, "It's got to be something crazy." And I said, "Okay." I didn't. Thank God, grinder is this and not something else. That would have been because I have kids, and that's really weird. Anyway,
I thought it was a tattoo of a sandwich.
Hey, look. At this point, that would be fantastic too.
Yeah.
This is
There'll be
Louis J.
jokes like
Gomez.
that this weekend.
Yeah. Never made it to Opie and Anthony, huh?
Wow. Yikes. How about you guys yes and me a little bit here, folks?
I hope you do the fighting thing here again because I want to get to go, and I don't quite understand that Alex Stein guy. I don't really know what he is.
He's the man.
Dude, Alex.
In what though?
Dude, look, you think he sucks, and I
No,
understand.
I don't think he
I
sucks.
understand why people would think he sucks because at first when I saw him, I didn't get it, and then I met him and hung out with him.
It's a lot.
Dude, he's always on, he's always hustling, but he's legitimately funny. And off air, he's like a really good dude and very, very professional and very like.
See, I don't like the guys, like radio guys are mostly douchebags because they don't have the off button. They're always like, hey, and he just seems like, I don't know him, but I keep trying to figure him out. And then he's another one where he does all these, like he's done some stuff in public that's funny, and then he does some stuff where you're like, this is the hackiest stuff I've ever seen in my life.
He goes over the top sometimes. And,
Yeah.
you know, look, I'm not gonna sit here and point my fingers at anybody and say, hey, this is the line, right? Because I do that all the time.
No.
But I respect his hustle, and every time I've worked with him at this point, he's been nothing but like funny and professional, and I really like him.
Real sweetheart.
Yeah, very sweet and super appreciative. Big fan of like comedy, like
Yeah.
really like. And I know he was like trying to like, I guess he's friends with your somebody
guy.
that you don't like that much, and.
But I don't care about that. Like
No,
I even
know.
said I was
think
going to
from
have him
his
on the
perspective,
show.
He was like, oh, I can get these guys to be friends. Like he's just like,
Do it and just press his buttons. He'll go nuts and it'll be so funny.
But that's the thing. If I could really get him to go nuts, that would be great. But if he starts doing
won't
that
take much.
screaming thing,
yeah.
he's like a kid with bad autism. It's hard. Hard
Dude,
to
I like him.
Yeah, I know. That's his bio.
Oh, I thought he was pretty cool.
Dude.
What else you have coming up? What else you got working on? I guess Skankfest will be the next big thing, huh?
Skankfest a big thing.
Hey, how was Gillis the other day on? Did he go on Skanks?
Yeah, he was great, dude.
You don't. How do you think he did
On SNL? I think he did great. I think he did as good as you can do in that environment.
with what he does?
Yeah, I mean, so Tim's from Philly. They were like super close friends. And when you know somebody, all right. So I watch a lot of my friends do pretty big stuff, right? Movies, whatever. I have a hard time suspending disbelief because I know the way that Pete Davidson really talks in real life. I know the way Tim Dillon talks in real life. So when I see them in movies or on TV shows, it's a weird disconnect. And Shane, he was just so natural. It was him. They use him in every sketch, right? It was they were like, this is used as sort of Shane's character. And I thought that what he did with it was great. Every time he was on stage, I laughed. I don't think it's because he's my friend. I thought his monologue was great.
Monologue was great.
Monologue was phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought some of the sketches.
Dude, Jamaican Church Dad was. I mean, whatever, man. I'm not
I
gonna
thought-
smoke his meat here, but
No, there was a lot of good stuff on the show. I thought he did good. I mean, we talked about it the next day. I thought he did good.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was great.
And it was funny that people were bashing him and saying that he didn't do. That he stunk.
He was never going to win with those people.
You're
No,
never
that's
going to
true.
win.
That's true.
It's all a net positive, right? So he was never going to get those people, but he got a few of them. Maybe 10% of those people were like, you know what? He was actually pretty good.
That's
He worked
good.
in that environment. So it's just net positive.
I don't know if.
And
it
then you
was
disregard the rest of those people.
Yeah.
And he never goes like, see, they don't want me to win. It's just like they don't even
They
exist.
don't care.
Yeah, Shane is an example of because I was talking to my son about why I'm not as rich as Shane the other day. I was trying to explain it to him because he asked me.
Don't kids make you feel terrible about
He's
that
at
stuff?
an age now where it's like, Dad, are you as rich as this guy? And the answer is never yes. So I was like, can you
Yeah.
name somebody I'm more rich than?
Yeah.
But it's like he has, and it's similar with Nate Bargatze. He has like an appeal where everybody in the country goes, dude, it's like, that's my buddy. That's like somebody who I could see myself having a beer with. It's the reason you want to, vote for a president. Those guys that's the it factor.
Yeah.
That you put your finger on it, why they've got so huge. And, I think that Shane is like the least political, like they try to push an agenda on everybody and they can't do it with him.
Fox News was all over him the next day, just like he was always like he was their hero for
Of
being on
course.
Zion.
For saying retard and gay on SNL. Tim, you gonna get on Tires, the show that he's doing on Netflix?
I may have a Netflix credit when this finally airs.
Oh, nice.
Good for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Are you on it?
Hopefully they keep me in.
Oh, sick, dude. Hell yeah.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, unlike them cutting me out of the Joe List Louis C.K. movie.
I know.
I
That's
saw-
the worst feeling. I've been cut out a lot of stuff.
I saw the stuff that they cut out. That was great. You were smashing the windshield and doing all that. I saw that. Yeah.
I literally put my fist through a windshield. In real life, they didn't have a breakaway windshield.
So you just punched the windshield.
And Louis brought me to the side. He's like, listen, you can't actually break this windshield. But he was like, I want you to break the windshield. And there was like a cop on set. And then the cop could tell we were planning something. He came over. He was like, you guys aren't planning to do anything. I was like, no. And then I went in there and I punched through the windshield, tore it down with my hands. I'm bleeding everywhere just to get the shot. And then they cut it from the movie.
Oh my God. How is that movie?
And then
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, I don't get to do a lot of things. I forget about stuff after we talk about
Well, you
it.
bought the Louis thing. It's on there, I'm sure.
Yeah. I totally.
You could
just
actually see
forgot.
the deleted scenes on there
Yeah.
too. So
Dude,
enjoy.
That's so funny. When do you find out it was
I
out of the
found it
movie
was-
when it
it
came
was-
out?
No, I found out on a
The credits roll?
podcast, live on a podcast with Joe List and Bobby Kelly.
That's awful.
So I couldn't even like fake the not being disappointed.
Yeah.
I paid my SAG dues. I paid more money to be in the movie than I got paid to be in the movie to be cut out. I lost money and got cut.
Hey, I want to remind everybody these guys are going to be at Side Splitters this weekend. I don't have the schedule. Do you? Is it 2 tonight? I would imagine 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow. Anything on Sunday, or are you done on Sunday?
No, we were there last night. It was great. The show was awesome.
I had friends who went last night, said it was great.
It was a blast. We always love Tampa. The Tampa crowds are wild, and the Skanks fans that come out are particularly wild. So come out, get drunk, plan on getting hammered because you got to keep up with us. I get pretty hammered on these shows.
Yeah,
and it's really, really funny. But if you get offended, just don't come because you're gonna leave.
This Side Splitters got a good reputation for a good group of people. I'm surprised when you say skankfest fan, I'm like, there's no skank fans because I don't ever see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was telling Santino last week. I said, you guys were coming. Him and Bobby came to Mahaffey Theater. That's a 2,000 seat place, and I was like, they're gonna bomb. Santino's never played in Tampa. Bobby hasn't been here for 10 years. It's gonna bomb.
They sold it out. Yeah.
I looked online; it was sold out. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what I'm talking